Hello, everybody. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. It is live time, as you all know. Hello. How are we all doing? Middle of the week. We got that gear. For gaming time. It's game time, guys. Back to good old Limbus Company. My favorite thing to do at night. Next to Library Ruiner and Lobotomy Corporation. I love waking up and playing Limbus Company. I dream of Limbus Company. I always think about Limbus Company. Snake Greor support pass. I started streaming Beer Dungeon. It's how it is. Time waits for no one. Okay? Except me. Because I need to wait. The Snake Greor when I showed him the power of my mysterious fell bullet. Anyway, how's everyone doing? How are we? Doing well, I hope. Today is going to be a very slow, very chill day. Okay, we're not going to be doing too much in terms of energy because we've just had playing. I mean, those two Library of Babel runs took a lot of energy out of me. So I decided today we're gonna do a little review. We're gonna go over season 5 as the season ends the day after tomorrow, and we're gonna see all of the big things that happened this season and discuss and see, is Limbus Company dead? Is Limbus Company becoming too successful for its own good? Is ProjectMoon washed? That's the questions we're going to answer today. And obviously, I will also be putting everything down, well, generally everything down, at least in a... I have my nice little... There you go, I got my little Season 5 overview note. Think of this as a little notepad to write down my thoughts that we discussed from the game. We need to make them not washed. Correct. First things first, however. Like my energy. I need my energy. Look at all these modules. Okay, I'm going to be using these modules to get a frick ton of EXP. Speaking of everything, let me show you guys what I've been working on in the last few days that I've not been playing Limbus Company. Let's time to check our, boom, bank account. Here is my bank account update. We have over 9,000 Lunashi, 45 modules, 23 single pulls, 9 10 pulls, a 3-star, 321 thread, 80 silver tickets, 88 gold tickets, and 111 heal. Should I try getting under 100 hours? Because I had less good ideas with first. No, you should do it now before the season swaps. Okay. Guys, if you have not completed your Refraction Railway content, now is the time to do it. If you did not know, okay, obtained by clearing line 5 with 100 of you before the end of season 5. So if you are interested in the animated banner, okay, you need to beat this before the season ends. If you don't care about the animated banner, go nuts. The rewards will still be here until the next railway. But so, how do we start this? We could just. There's a few things we need to discuss. Okay, let's bring out the good old. Wrong thing. Let's bring out the good old. Okay. Well, we have a few things here. We have IDs. It's a bit... There you go. We have IDs. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's make this layout. We have IDs. Okay. We got egos. We got the mirror dungeon. We got the railway. Hello, everyone. Railway 5. We have egos. I would never say egos. We have Bok Gax. That's new this season, guys. Rockgaks are new. We'll discuss those. We have Battle Pass. Okay. I don't know what you're on about. We have achievements. We have superposition. We have 2 stars. Very important. And they're separate from the IDs, yes. We have, what else is there? Millie, no, animations, SFX, and animation. We have balance. That's gonna be a fun one. Okay. What else? What else came in season 5? Content updates. Yes. Well, tomorrow is technically the last full day. So we still got one more day. Announcers. I don't think there were any changes to announcers. Mechanics. Ooh! Mechanics is a good one because unbreakable coins. We'll do events. So we'll say, yeah, events. We'll go mechanics. The Kanto itself. I don't really count the Kanto itself. I mean, we could put the... Okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure. We could put Kantos. We can say the Kanto. Okay. Abilities. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we have Durante. That's important. Well, Durante goes in mechanics. I'll leave Durante in mechanics. Grinding. We'll say grinding, right, for Luxcavations, because that did get changed in Season 5, I will admit. So far here, we have a pretty decent list to go up here that we're going to be talking about today. And I think I'm pretty confident this is everything that probably has happened. There might be more 8 stuff. I think that's the standard, or might go into content. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is everything. So let's start with the easiest thing to discuss, which is gonna be the IDs. Well, it actually looks way nicer. Okay, we'll do that. Ooh, also, oh, actually, wait, hold on. You're right. I should also write in ProjectMoon. Did I read the Dante notes? Oh, there's Dante notes. Okay, hold on. Guys, wait. Before we discuss any of this, we gotta read the Dante notes. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Ooh, look at the night. We got more notes. How many more notes we got? Just 2 notes? Okay, we got 2 notes. All right, we'll do reading. Don't worry. You don't have to read, guys. You don't have to read. I'm reading, okay? You don't have to read. Just chill. You get to just listen, all right? Let's go with Ness. All right, what's in here? K-Corp. Well, H-Corp update. Okay. Ooh, this is a wordy one, I will admit. Haishu pack. Okay. We have a Haishu pack. I think these are these both updated? No, I think I already know. I think we already know about the H-Corp one. The green marker. I've never heard of reading. Okay. Let's read the Haishu packs then. Ahem. Where's the green marker? I don't have a green marker, guys, okay? I'm sorry. Alright, let's read about Haishu packs. There's something of a private army for the various forces of the Hongyan. The only branch we've met so far is the Mao branch. There are other Haishu packs with characteristics of different animals. Jia Zishun told me that they wield powers of 12 animals in a list called the 12 Earthly Branches. Something that most likely carries some sort of ritualistic meaning. I wonder if their allegiance could be traded. Conversations with the identities revealed that they often change their masters, or according to the Haishu, their lords. Given that our group also has packs themed after animals, I could draw some similarities between the Haishu and them. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Crow Haishu, guys. I want to see the baby bird Haishu for Sinclair. I think that would be quite heat. We got 2 updates here. Also, I'm pretty sure H-Corp is updated as well, because this says the first of the new year. So we're gonna also read this. Hungyun Bioengineering Group. Their nest is located in District 8. It's all stuffed into one big... Actually, the word big does a disservice to the sheer magnitude of the mega structure that comprises the entirety of H Corp's district. District 8 as a whole is called Hungyun. Their singularity is the creation of the bolus, a type of medicine. I've been told that these things can be used to not only heal wounds, but also for body modification procedures. But something about the way these medicines change your body creeps me out. Those who took these boluses or used them in procedures would gain the body parts of a specific creature, or have parts of their own bodies replaced with them. In District 8, depending on the amount of your net worth, the size of the room allotted to you could either grow or shrink, and the buildings themselves shift around to reflect that. So it's space here, huh? Using time in T-Corp to measure one's wealth was weird enough. So, pretty much, guys, what do? They invest in body modification medicine. That's what H-Corp does. Now, we have the fingers. This is also very important because this contains Ryoshu lore, guys. This must be referring to the 5 particular syndicates of the backstreets. It has been said that they're so powerful and influential that not even the wings or associations can easily pick a fight with them. Rhodia and Heathcliff told me that people in the backstreets have to learn and abide by their rules if they want to survive. Weirdly enough, Ryoshu seems to know a lot about them. I was given a warning about Ryoshu's background when I first boarded the bus. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Ryoshu lore. Next, we have the lore of the middle. So, as one of the 5 fingers, they prioritize loyalty. We first encountered them during our journey into U-Corp's Great Lake. They refer to each other using sibling terms like big brother or big sister, little brother, and so on and so forth. And I could really feel that they had this familiar bond. They carry these books called the Book of Vengeance, in which they write down their grudges and go after anyone who's had the misfortune of getting written up. Speaking of which, just how long is that guy going to chase us for? I'm starting to get worried that I might one day find him barging into Mephistopheles. Recalling the events at J-Corp, I think Rhodia has also suffered from her encounter with the Middle. Did their grudge regarding Rhodia get resolved? It's still kind of a sensitive subject, so I couldn't really bring it up to her yet. I'm gathering more and more questions to ask Rhodia as the days go by. Ooh. This is very interesting. That's actually a great point. I don't think people have actually made remarks about that. Rhodia's backstory involves the Middle. We don't even know if she's off the book yet. She's definitely not off the book. And the fact that dude, the Rhodia Kanto is coming up, guys. Rodion is going to get the first new Kanto of the second of Infernum. Okay? I can already feel it. Then we have the Ring. The Ring. One of the 5 fingers values art and knowledge. They keep popping up in discussions regarding the corridor. I haven't had the chance to meet anyone from the Ring, but we ran into some people who used to be a part of it. They sure seemed to like art. And when I say art, I mean the extremely gruesome kind. From what I could gather from the identities and what Ryoshu told me, their art often consists of sculptures stitched together from amputated bodies, paintings made of blood, things like that. They seem to be internally divided into various factions. I picked up names like Pointillists and Fulvists among them, but maybe they're divided along the lines of artistic's philosophy. Interesting. So there's different factions of the Ring. Okay. The Ring is a lot more split. Okay. I like that. That's cool. I like that. Okay. That was the lore. There should be more lore tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last day of the lore, I believe. So that's pretty goated. So, speaking of goated, let us discuss the first subject of this debate. The first subject of this debate is going to be about the IDs. Alright, so that's going to be the first thing we talk about. Now, first things first, let's see what actually the IDs that came out in the list of order. Okay, so we're going to go here, we're going to clear out We're going to talk about all the IDs. We're going to talk about each individual ID. Oops, sorry. We're going to talk about each individual ID, and we're going to discuss. Number 1, the first new ID that came out. Sync Mersault was the first ID that came out of Season 5. Now, Sync Mersault, pretty goated. I'm pretty sure it was him and Zai Ishmael were the first two. What about the update by assistant? That's in there as well. So we'll first talk about Sync Mersault. First things first. Great unit. Zai Sinclair and Sync, yes. Well, there was Ishmael as well. Or was Ishmael the season before? I think Ishmael's actually the season before. I think she was actually the end of season 4 was Ishmael. I think. I don't know. Anyway. Sync Mersault. Great idea. Great idea. First of all, Rupture. Okay? He is, however... Yeah, Ishmael was a week before. Yeah, you're right. She was like the introductory into Season 5. Hello, everyone. So, what did Mersault bring to the table? Number 1, he was the second 15-3 ID that got introduced, okay? This is the legendary... If you guys ever want to scare a Limbus company player, show them this tag, okay? Show them this tag. If you ever want to scare a Limbus player, show them 15-3. They'll have nightmares. They'll start foaming at the mouth. Okay, it's like you showed them a poltergeist. All right, they do not like 50. It's so scary. They hate it. Right? It's like their kryptonite. Yeah, I'm thinking of Zai Sinclair. You're right. But what does he do? Okay, so Sync Mersault is a poise unit. Now he's competing for another poise unit, a much more straight poise unit, obviously. In terms of gameplay, he is the Bones claimer himself. But Mersault has a really interesting... he's honestly probably still one of the best IDs that has come out of the season. I can't even lie to you. What does he have? He has amazing poise generation. Okay, so let's have a look at this point. He has, first of all, 2-1, so he has 3 counts on skill 1. That's insane. Okay? Number 2, he has 4 count, 2 poise potency. Insane. And then 3, he has 5 poise potency on skill 3. Now, let me tell you guys, poise post season 3, glazed. Okay? Let me tell you, ever since season 3, poise, the ProjectMoon have cooked with poise. I don't think there's been a single bad poise ID that they've ever released, or at least not a single poise ID that has struggled with poise comparative to previous poise IDs, right? So, the goated poise generation. Number 2 is a rupture unit. But kind of a rupture unit. Yeah, he does rupture. He does inflict rupture. In fact, he actually inflicts quite an amount of rupture. You don't really realize. His skill 1 inflicts 3 rupture on 2 hits. Actually, more, sorry. It inflicts 4 rupture. Because, look, it has on hit with his first rupture, right? And then he has 3 rupture max depending on your speed. But he inflicts 4 rupture on skill 2, which is like posture team. Is that what people are calling it now? Posture? Are people calling it the posture team? This is why Rodon and BL Otis. Well, okay, posture is nice. We'll say posture. So, number 1, his potency is nuts, dude. 4 rupture on a second coin is crazy. First of all, insanely easy. Second, dude, his skill 2, no one talks about this. Okay, he inflicts 4 rupture and 2 count on the last hit. Now, that does make him -1 positive, but if you are initiating a fight with him, like, because he's fast, so he's going to be the first one to hit, right? That's 2 count. That's goated. Right? And then you got number 3, the skill 3. The DPS skill. Okay, this is the skill you use when you want to have the 15-3 count. This is the skill you want to use when you want to blow something up. Why is his neck so long? He's postured, that's why. Is this poise positive? This man has the source. First of all, by the way, I don't even want to get into focused attack, because reading focused attack, I feel like people forgot about this until it was re-brought up by Sync Don Quixote. This man has 2+ base power and 1 free coin power. This guy has regret on crack as a passive. Okay? He has regret on crack as a passive. This man hits numbers. And I remember when I first got this man, dude, OP. And here's the thing. 15-3 on this spy is actually incredibly good. This is the 15-3 unit that people ignore. Right? Because when you hit that 15-3 conditional on Merc, bro, fuck the rupture. Fuck inflicting the rupture. He's gonna inflict damage. Okay? He inflicts killing you. That's what he fucking inflicts, dude. He inflicts being, and Lord forbid he crits. Alright, Lord forbid he even crits on you. Skill 3 goes crazy for free, pretty much. Exactly. He is on every rupture team. Well, typically. But he's so goated that no one talks. It's like the Mola Otis situation, right? He's kind of has the same deal as Mola Otis, where she's so goated on the Tremor team that no one talks about her, right? Because she's just that goated, and she just everyone runs her. So, Sync Merc, massive W. The next ID that came alongside him, I believe it was alongside him. The little brother, okay? The little brother to the Zai Ishmael is Zai Sinclair, one of the rare 2-stars of the season. Okay, we got this little man right here. This little man, hold on, let me get an appropriate art for him. This little man right here. Okay? This is the rare 2-star. Now, what is his gimmick? Okay? I'm gonna say it right now. He is simply, okay, I'm gonna say this, okay? He is a Zai unit, that is correct. Okay? He is a Zai unit. However, he serves a completely different purpose than the actual Zai, the original Zai, okay? They are both Tremor units, but this Sinclair, okay, is specifically exists to buff Zai Ishmael. His goal is to glaze Zai Ishmael, okay? That's his purpose in life, okay? What is that red thing? Ah, well, I'm glad you asked, because this also introduces the unbreakable coins for Season 5. Zai Sinclair has low numbers, okay? He exists to be a little baby man. He's got low numbers, okay? That is the fault of a 2-star, okay? He has no numbers. He cannot compete with Zai Ishmael because they are on 2 different sets. His guard does not come with the power gimmick that Ishmael does. He has a clashable guard. His skill 2 and skill 3s do not hit at the same heat amount. However, he does actually inflict a lot of count. He's actually quite count positive on him. Okay? He inflicts 2 count on skill 1. Decent. Okay, fair enough. The S2 is strictly for buffing Zai Ishmael. He's cute. There you go. That's all you need to know. His skill 2 is strictly made for buffing Zai Ishmael. And the skill 3, okay, can inflict 8 tremor count. Do you want to know who else can inflict 8 tremor count, guys? Mola Sinclair. Mola Sinclair inflicts 10 plus tremor count. Sinclair is goated at inflicting tremor count. My mom, Yi-Sang mentioned. I can't think of anything but Yi-Sang. I don't even have Mola Sinclair. Well, guess what? You don't need Mola Sinclair if you have Zai Sinclair. Because he's just that dog. He also has an insanely easy conditional for his passive, by the way, because his skills scale off defensive level, right? So the more defensive level he has, the better. Well, on his passive, if you have tremor count, which you can just hold all the tremor count, you just get infinite defensive level. As a 2-star, he power creeps with his sister. He is the strongest 2-star of Sinclair's arsenal, if you don't want to ignore the lobotomy, ego, red sheep passive. Okay? But do people actually like him? No. A majority of the people didn't actually, they just think he's bad. Or that he replaces the Zai Sinclair, which, again, it's the fault of the 2-stars. So, you know, the 2-star curse, right? And I call this... I do like this theming of the Zwais, I will admit. Now, this is what I call the 2-star curse, okay? Because there's only 2 ways you can make a 2-star, chat. Okay? Number 1, you make the weaker 3-star. Now, for all intents and purposes, okay, Zai Sinclair is the weaker Zai Ishmael, okay? For all intents and purposes, okay? So, pretty much, he is, this section of the ID is the weaker 3-star. But then, you have the alternative 2-star, which we will do, speaking of, Yiang, Lantern Yiang, is the alternative 2-star. He is the 2-star with an identity, literally, that serves an entirely separate purpose than any other 3-star or 2-star in the game. And the reason that they are a 2-star is because they are gimmick heavy. And I mean fucking gimmick heavy. Okay? Now, this is the 2-stars I want to see in the game. But we'll get to Yiang. We'll get to Yiang. Okay? We'll get to him. Now, the next ID that came out, I'm pretty sure, was Barber Otis. I'm pretty sure Barber Otis was the next ID that came out after this. I'm looking at the wiki right now as a reference. I'm pretty positive that it was Barber Otis and Fang Hunt. Barber came after Manager. Manager was first. Barber Otis. Can I just say that day 1, I have been a Barber Otis defender. Okay? Day 1. Day 1, I have been a Barber Otis defender. I always believed in Otis. And she always believed in me. Okay? When I saw her potential, I knew that we were gonna eat good. Okay? I knew we were gonna eat amazingly for Blood Fiends. What does Barber Otis do? Okay? First of all, she's the first character to introduce the Blood Feast mechanic. So, what is the Blood Feast mechanic? The Blood Feast mechanic is the gimmick of Season 7's Bleed. Okay? I should actually explain these mechanics, so let me go back to Zai Sinclair real quick so I can explain the Unbreakable Coin. Actually, I'll do that later. So, we'll explain the mechanics later, but I'll give you a brief overview of what the actual status does for the people who are watching. So, Blood Feast is a unique stage mechanic. Okay, this is a stage mechanic where bleed is stored as a value. A value? A value. And the status of the value is used by everyone on the stage. Okay? Enemies can use the Blood Feast mechanic. You can use the Blood Feast mechanic. It's shared. And because of that, ProjectMoon can cook. What does Barber Otis do? Okay? For all intents and purposes, Barber Otis just jumps the absolute shit out of you. Okay? She is the jumper. Alright? She marks you with her sewing target. Okay? Which makes you take a lot of damage. Okay? And jumps you. Forever. and ever. And ever and ever and ever and ever. And she just keeps jumping and you just can't stop. You just can't stop winning. And you'll go, no, please, Otis, I'm tired of winning. And she'll say, no, you're going to keep winning. And I'm going to keep winning. Why? Because she has massive attack weight. Okay? This is the start of the blood-tinged, or the scissor mechanic for the Blood Fiend specifically. Blood Fiend Otis is a wave-clearing monster. Okay? Otis, if you have an enemy and you need to wave clear, oh my god, pray that you can fill the Blood Feast mechanic and start snowballing, because Barbara Otis is a snowball ID. Okay? Her AoE, alright, destroys waves. Not only that, she gets Blood Feast back for skill 3. So you're gonna snowball your move. Boom, 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 bam. Boom, 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 bam. The wave fights will not know what they have coming. Okay? She marks the main target. So then you're like, oh, but I also want to use her for the main target, sewing target. Oh, but her count's bad. Anybody who says bleed count is an important thing, irrelevant. There's so much bleed count in Limbus company nowadays. I could run a whole team of non-bleed count and I'll still have bleed count users. So if she doesn't inflict bleed count, first of all, she does inflict bleed count. She inflicts bleed count on her skill 1. But irrelevant. I could run all potency and I still have enough bleed count. That's how OP bleed count is. Barbara Otis was underappreciated. But I love her. And you know what? That's all that matters. She was the start of the Blood Fiend era. And she, let me tell you, opened the fucking doors to the Blood Fiends. Speaking of those disgusting Blood Fiends, however, we have the GOAT Blood Fiend Killer. Oh, that's Lee. Hold on. The Blood Fiend Killer himself. Have a good one. Hey, you two have a good one. Take care. Racist Hunglu is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, 2-star in the game. If I had to say who's your favorite 2-star, I would say mine is Fang Hunt Officer Hunglu. Now, why is it Fang Hunt Officer Hunglu? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't even tell you why. But it's just something about him that's just so fun. I wish there were more Fang Hunts. I agree. Give me more Fang Hunts. Now, dude, first of all, his uptype story goes crazy. Okay? Sad that racism never became murder. First of all, Rupture. And also, legendary 15-3. The 15-3 comes again. Okay? The legendary 15-3. Dude, again, ooh, scary 15-3. Ooh. What does bro do? Okay? I'm gonna tell you what he does. Bro annihilates Blood Fiends. Okay? That's his gimmick. He is what we call a gimmick character. He gimmicks the f out of you. He kills Blood Fiends. Put him in the Blood Fiend team. Kill Blood Fiends. Do you want to use him outside of Blood Fiends? Absolutely viable. Because 15-3 is how you activate this mechanic otherwise. Alright? But you send him in Blood Fiends, and let me tell you, he will smack Blood Fiends. Why will he smack Blood Fiends? Well, first of all, passive. Boom. Deal 10% more damage flat out. Second, his potency, Rupture, on Bleed, he's a Blupture kind of mix. His potency goes crazy. You will inflict a minimum of 6 per skill. For free. For free if the unit has Bleed, okay? Which Blood Fiends do. So, bam. He just looks that. Second. Okay? Healing down. Now, healing down. You're like, oh, well, why would I need healing down? Sweepers. Blood Fiends. Again, this is the anti-Blood Fiend ID, okay? This is his entire purpose is hunting Blood Fiends. He even gets coin power for Blood Fiends. Okay? And you can stack the coin power with the on-use effect. Number 3, the reuse on the skill 3 is delicious. Okay? This skill 3 has come in a gazillion billion times. I've had this happen to me so many times. And you know what? It's just fun to have him go bunk, wink, bunk, wink, and he just keeps winking like he's a little shit. Like he didn't just annihilate that entire Bloodfiend's family. Like he didn't just make that Bloodfiend child homeless, right? Like he sent that Bloodfiend child to the orphanage, and he's smiling. Why are you smiling, my guy? You know why he's smiling. Because you put this man on your support team, and let me tell you what you get. You get highest sum of bleed potency and count. Lose to count. Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you how absolutely goated that this and another ID, which we'll talk about, Princess of La Mancha and Rodon, basically, like, change your way of thinking. Dude, because 100%, sometimes you don't even realize that bleed is just killing you. Okay? And then you got this goat on your team, and he's like, puts your hand on his shoulder. Don't worry, man. I got you. -2 bleed count. Turn it start. Dude, most enemies don't inflict more than 2 bleed count on you. Maybe you'll have the rare 3 bleed count or the 2 bleed count. But typically, unless it's a boss, and I'm talking a boss, right? I'm talking like Dulcinea. Okay? He just removes his rupture for no ups. The rups is that he kills you. The up is that he sends you to hell, especially if you're a Bloodfiend. The 15-3 is irrelevant. The 15-3 is go. I mean, if you have the 15-3 on him, he kills you. He sends you to hell. Besides, if you're fighting Bloodfiends, typically you're not really worried about the 15-3. The 15-3 is specifically for fighting bosses, right? But generally so, this is you guys fight Bloodfiends and you want to burst the shit out of, like, hey, you know what, Cassetti, dude? Send this man on Cassetti. Dulcinea, Barber, send them on them. And you will rupture them and you will annihilate them. And have to restart. I woke up just in time. Welcome. Welcome. Yes, him and Rodon, but we'll get to Rodon. Why is he smiling? Because he's gonna send you to the orphanage. He's sending you to the child orphanage. Now, again, guys, is he the best ID in the game? No. Does he use a lot of rupture count? Yes, but guess what, guys, okay? Not every ID in the game can fulfill every niche perfectly. He's a 2-star. He's not a 3-star. If he was a 3-star, different story. But he's not a 3-star. He's a 2-star. Yes, you do. Yes, after thing, you DM me on Discord. So he's a 2-star. You can't treat him the same as full office Hunglu because they're not. Again, he's a 2-star. He's a gimmick 2-star. And so we have to treat him like a gimmick 2-star. And the gimmick is he does his job really well for a gimmick. He's good at getting pride. Yeah, pride on a bleed team, more rare than you think. He is the Bloodfiend. Yeah, he's at the Bloodfiend orphanage. Secondary. Now, this is where we start getting into the. This is where we start getting into the source. Okay. This is where we start getting sourced up. Dare I argue? One of the best IDs in the entire game comes from my main man, Greor. And how well they have been glazing Greor for Season 5. Dare I say, Season 5 is the season of Greor. Okay? Because I cannot name a single bad thing about Greor this entire season. Because he has been getting glazed. Okay? Now let me tell you how goated this Bloodfiend ID is. Number 1, he is literally unkillable. Okay? He is literally unkillable. He could have 200 bleed on him. It doesn't matter. He will literally not die. And he'll heal all his HP back. Number 2, his stagger thresh bar is insanely high. Which means he basically has no stagger bar. Okay? He is he is the title god. Number 2, okay? His own ailing heart buff alright, is one of the strongest defensive buffs in the entire game, and he gets it for free. At 10 stacks, this man gets 1 limb billion defense level up for free. He also gets natural healing on top of his blood feed healing. But you need to get to 10. Hey, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you how to get to 10 right now. Are you ready for this? Turn 1, guard. Turn 2, profit. That's literally it. When you hit 5 Ailing Heart, GG's. You've already activated his gimmick. Do it when you have S1s, and there you go. It takes no more than 2 turns to get him pretty much maximum Ailing Heart. If you want to sack 2 turns to guard, hey, sack 2 turns to guard, you're gonna be at 8 Ailing Heart at the end of the turn. Right? You don't need 10. You can get to 10. But you will naturally get to 10 as the fight goes on. Alright? Number 1. He is a Blupture unit. This is the rare Blupture unit, okay? Bleed Rupture. Now, he is a Bleed ID first, and Rupture is a secondary. The Rupture is more so there as a little treat. It's a little treat for my Greor. You know, he gets a little treat. It's a little treat. Okay? But he is a Bleed ID first. Isn't his goal to feed up the other Blood Fiends? Correct. Well, kind of. Gregor's goal is that he is the Bleed Master. Okay? He takes all the bleed. He you know, like the meme where it's like, you know, like, I'm taking all of your pain. He's that, but bleed. Okay? He absorbs bleed. He activates the bleed on himself because guess what, guys? He is a battery. He is a blood feast battery. He can fuel blood feast all on his own. Okay? He is the one fueling the blood feast for the team. And man, he does a great job. Bloodied Hand. His Bloodied Hand, incredibly good. Not only does it inflict more bleed, which is great. Yes, he does get immortality. He gets a one-shot free immortality passive. Boom. He cannot die. He cannot die at all in that encounter. S2 is extremely goated, especially once you hit 5 Ailing Heart. This is his best skill so far. Like, dude, the Bloodied Hand, you get like a gazillion Bloodied Hand. You get 10 Bloodied Hand for skill 2. That's insane. Greor has no good ideas though. This has no longer been the case since the end of Season 3. At the end of Season 3, it was no longer... Greor has no longer owned that title. And don't even let me get started on the unforgivable sin. First of all, this thing hits like a brick. Okay? You ever had a brick thrown at you? This is what it feels like. Number 2, this fully heals you. Okay? This pretty much full heals you. Like, high key. Before you die, you get healed. After, you get healed. Number 4, it's a 4 coin because it reuses. Okay? And damn, does it feel good to hit it. So you literally heal 50% of your damage, which is 100, and then you heal 10% of your HP, which, considering his HP is almost 300, yeah, you're healing like over 150 HP. Yeah, so this man, I would have argued, is the best Greor ID in the game. However, that somehow ProjectMoon managed, right, to make an even stronger Greor ID, which we'll get there. But now you need to understand that if you ever need a tank on your team, okay? If you ever need a tank on your team, this man can solo tank everything. I would trust Priest Greor with my life. That's how on God I would treat him, dude. I would trust this man with my life. You know who I would also trust with my life? One of the most goated support IDs in the entire game. Princess of La Marcha Rodon, which, first of all, big first, amazing chest ahead. Okay? So already claps to ProjectMoon for creating probably the best chest ahead ID in the game. So big W. Okay, that's already massive props. Literally 2 massive props, you might even say. Number 2, The support Rodon. Rodon is the support ID of the group. Okay? You gotta remember that all the Blood Fiends, you want to use the Blood Fiends together because they work off each other, okay? Think of something else. Greor ID. Her skill 2 is crazy. Okay? First things first. We'll talk about her skill 2, and we'll get to her passive and her defensive skill. Her skill 2 is nuts. This place is nuts. She gives someone 2 attack power if it's a Blood Fiend. Okay? So assume you're using the La Marcha Lane team, right? Because you want to use the team together. She's giving you 2 attack power. Oh, is there any requirement to this? No. Just fucking use the skill and you get 2 attack power. Oh, it consumes 30 Blood Feasts. Dude, 30 Blood Feasts is nothing. 30 Blood Feasts is nothing, and you just get... Actually, no, it doesn't even consume it. There's actually, the attack power is free, by the way. You get 2 free attack power to your ally. Alright? And on yourself, by the way. So, you give yourself 2 attack power up, and you give an ally 2 attack power up. That's for free. That's nuts. Okay? That's crazy. Second of all, she has very low Blood Feast costs. Okay? So she has low Blood Feast costs, which means that her gimmick is going to be affected more often. Blooming Thorn, by the way, it literally, essentially, the buff to Greor. Like, this buffs Greor. Well, first of all, this buffs everyone. But this buffs Greor. Okay? More Rupture Infliction, more Bleed Infliction. Dude, you're bleeding. I'm literally bleeding to death. Skill 3, the Festival will end. Crazy AoE damage. Okay, she also applies her Festive Viva. She also gets her big Bloom Thorns. She gets her Bloom Thorns. And then she gets Ascended Don Quixote out to the final, which, Jesus Christ, just... You won't even realize this activates on someone. And I just see if she makes the team go nuts. Yeah, you won't even realize this activates on the team, because sometimes it'll activate. And you'll just go, oh my god, the entire team just took 800 damage. And you're thinking, damn, what the f just happened? The entire team just took 800 damage. But let's say you don't want a DPS, or let's say you don't want to support. The Clashable counter. One of the best Clashable counters in the game. Reduce bleed count by 3 for 2 allies. And increase Blood Feast by the effect reduced. Guys, I don't know how to explain to you how absolutely busted that is. Oh, and Lord forbid it's a Blood Fiend, by the way. Because if it's also a Blood Fiend, you reduce another 2 blood count. Oh my god. You can reduce someone by 5 bleed count. 5 bleed counts. I don't even inflict 5 fucking bleed count. Like, you know, like, Jesus Christ. And she's taken away by 5 fucking bleed count. You mean her S1? Yeah, this is pretty much her S1. This is typically her S1. People use this more over. Like, now I prefer to throw a trade. This will do. I can't... Dude. It makes a lot of things that deal with bleed better. Especially because, by the way, it increases the Blood Feast counter. So if you have like 25 bleed potency on you, by the way, okay, you are getting over 100 Blood Feast. When is the new season again? The new season is in is next patch, which is in 2 days. Now, I didn't even talk about her passive. I didn't even get to talk about her passive because, again, her passive, literally the same thing. Ally with the highest bleed potency, reduce that ally's bleed potency by 6. So she takes away 6 bleed potency. Oh my god, so you have the count reducer and the bleed reducer. Princess of La Marcha and then Rodon is absolutely amazing. And a fantastic trio. I would be happy with these trio. If this is all we got, I would be like, dude, oh my god, I'm goated with the sauce. I'm epic, I'm awesome. And then they said, but wait. There's more. What do you mean there's more? No, it can't be. You're not talking about the literal best ID in the entire game, La Marcha Land manager, Don Quixote. Now, I'm not going to talk about the balance of this ID, because frankly, to tell you the truth, this IP is absolutely overpowered. And you know what, guys? I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care that it's overpowered. You know why I don't fucking care that it's overpowered? Because this is a single player game. And if I want to sit there and glaze the fuck out of Don Quixote's fucking Ascended La Sangre Sange 5 Unbreakable Coin, I will fucking sit there and do that. Because this is a single player game, and I get to be the fucking one to kill the enemies. What does she actually do? She is a unit, okay? She requires other units to build her kit, which is a first. Also, insanely cool mechanic. I really fucking like that. Okay? I really like that her gimmick is basically being the dad, literal. She is the father, not technically, but she manages all the other Blood Fiends. She gets prioritized of everything. She gets the priority of everything from all the effects the Blood Fiends do. They go to her first, and she provides them for her family. They're her family. She's there to buff them. You know? She is mom. She is mom, and she has auntie. She has her sister with her, right? So she is. So I'm not going to talk about the balance of this. All you need to know, okay, is that number 1. We have Bleed Deluge. Number 2, we have an insanely strong 3-coin attack weight AoE. And then number 4, just a La Sangre. That just the La Sangre de Sange. Hell, I don't even need the Ascended version. Just the normal, again, I shall impale. Just the normal one. And yes, she does get buffs when everyone else dies. She gets her variant blood. She gets her Omega hard blood buffs. Literally any ego. She also provides shields to people, by the way. A thing that people forget about. She actually does provide shields to people if they have bleed on them. Is this ID overpowered? Yeah. Is it fun as fuck? Absolutely. Is it boring? Well, boring is subjective. I don't think so. Just because something is strong doesn't mean it's boring. You talking about R-Corp yet? No, we're getting there, don't worry. Boring is subjective, chat. Okay? Never let the opinions of other people tell you otherwise. If you think this is the coolest shit in the fucking game, congratulations, it's the coolest fucking shit in the fucking game, because that's all that matters to you. How does it compare with Wild Hunt? Well, it's completely different to Wild Hunt. Would a Blood Fiend get the... Maybe. Probably. Don't forget the enhanced counter. Yes, there's also the enhanced counter. Yes, this is the one that gives you the goaded ass, shivering hard Blood Fiend. Also inflicts 3 count, by the way, so, you know, just count build, like I'm just saying, you know. La Marcha Land is fun. And I always have fun playing with her. Okay? And at the end of the day, chat, that's all I fucking give a shit about. That's all I care about. Now, I have fun. Now, Wild Hunt, that's a different story. Her and Wild Hunt are my 2 favorite to play with because they're fun. And really, that's all that matters. You know what else matters? The first event. May I now introduce you all to the first... That's 7. Where is it? The first in Avalo, the checkup event. So we have Lantern Yisang, or as other people like to mention him, the level 1 fodder. Now, personally, for me, why the fuck would I ever have Lantern Yisang at level 1? That makes him useless. Oh, but his passive is to die and spread the rupture. Okay, he could also spread the rupture when he's alive. So, to me, he is there to tank and die throughout the fight, not die at the start of the fight. However, he does have the longest skill names in the game. And by the way, he was the entire reason that the naming system had to be changed, by the way. If you remember, the names eventually started getting cut off. Halfway through. Now, guys, I know you're gonna hate me when I say this, okay? But you gotta stop thinking traditionally, okay? Because ProjectMoon it wants you. Kim Ji-hoon personally wants you to let your sinners die and use the chain battle system. He loves the chain battle system, okay? Kim Ji-hoon goes to bed thinking about the chain battle system, okay? He sleeps, his dreams are players using the chain battle system. And this is a prime example of the chain battle system. You throw this fucker in. Start of the wave, dude. Okay? You use him up. Make sure he gets used and abused, dude. You are bullying this Yiang. He's gonna die. He's gonna die in halfway through the fight. You know, he's gonna die halfway through the fight, and he will die. And that's when you benefit, because then you bring in the backup. And then boom, you've benefited from not only him being in the fight, him actually dying. Now, what does Lantern Yiang actually do? Okay, Lantern Yiang has probably one of my favorite gimmicks in the game. He wants to lose every clash. Okay, he's also a 15-3 unit, by the way. He wants to lose every clash. And he also gains final power from aggro. So, dude, this man is so funny, bro. He's a negative ID. No, he's a positive that loses Sandy from winning the clash. Because he doesn't want to win the clash. He wants to lose the clash. I love this man. This is the gimmick, guys. This is the best gimmick ID in the whole game. Okay? This is what... Yes, as I've said this 100 times. This is what Sloshmail wants to be, dude. This is who Sloshmail wants to be, man. Sloshmail wishes they could be like this. I just wish he had more HP. See, that's the neat part. He doesn't want to live long. But he's gonna live. Sloshmail if she was bad. Yeah, this is the weaker Sloshmail. Now, this is another 15. Did I lose placement for the LCE Faust? No, LCE Faust is next. Don't you worry. So you're just in time. Welcome, by the way. So, he is a fabled 15-3. Now, what does that mean? 15-3, dude. Ooh. Oh, dude, what can I say, man? 15-3. Oh, my 15-3. If I have over 3 count, I don't get count on him anymore. Irrelevant. All right, let me tell you why that's irrelevant. Because first of all, he's slow. All right, he's gonna be done at the end of a turn. Typically, at the end of a turn, you're gonna have used all of your count. Second, he inflicts more count than he actually does for the 15-3. He inflicts over 3 count, which means in one hit, which is really all he gets, 1 or 2 hits, he's already going to hit the count limit. So it doesn't matter if he doesn't inflict more count over that, because he's already going to hit the count limit. Every skill he does here hits the limit. This inflicts potency, so potency you're not going to have a problem with. Skill 2 inflicts 4 count. So as long as you do not have 3 count on them, which if you have 3 count on them and Yiang's hitting them, you're probably not going to have that, right? So if you have 2 count on the enemy and you hit this, that's going to be boom. He's going to be at 4 now, or 5. Same with skill 3. You're good. Well, first of all, this is neutral, so this is using the count. So again, this doesn't. Bam. Is he saying LC is good? It sucks, Lamau. Okay, it only sucks if you use it wrong. Because he's goated. I don't use this guy because he can't read. He's goated as... He is... Dude, if you want to tank... If you need... Okay, let me tell you guys. You want to build teams, okay? You're building teams. Alright? Yeah, this is to heal him after he... Because it's a negative ID. Okay? What you want... Alright, look. Rupture is not meant to be played by just spamming Gluttony defense and letting Talisman do all the work. That's unintendedly not the way you're supposed to play. If you are countering or spamming defense on every single turn, on every single ID, you're going to be doing less damage than if you just hit the win rate button. That's not how it is supposed to be played. The counter is there for a reason. Yes, you're doing the counter because it gives you Fairy Lure. Fairy Lure lets you take more damage, inflict more rupture, so that you can activate his gimmick more. Have fun once. He's a worse version of... Okay, well, that's absolute rage bait. I already know now. That's rage bait. Devier says a good idea. Thank you. I completely agree. Yeah, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. He will die. Yes, exactly. Exactly. He will die eventually. But that's okay. Because we have 12 sinners. And we can build around that. Because we can sub someone else in. We can sub someone else. It's fine if he dies. It's fine. That's no problem. He's good. He allows you to start a fight. He is an initiator. He initiates the fight. He takes all the aggro from you. Guess what, guys? When you have all the aggro, you don't have to clash with anyone, which means you don't have to waste your counts, which means you can protect your count better. Boom. Keep the rupture going. Absolute goated ID. Second goated ID, by the way. The other sleeper pick. LCE Ada Blossom Mouse. Okay? Now, this one is a little bit different than Yiang, because this is not a tank. Okay? This is the first self-burn unit in the game. This unit had a bug on release, which made her Ascended Skill 3 do much more damage than it did. It was supposed to do. Now, it still does a lot of fucking damage, don't let me tell you otherwise, okay? What does she do? A lot of burn. She's not count related. Okay, she does a very little count. She has count on us too, that's not important. What does she do? Is she does a lot of fucking damage. That's what she does. Well, here's my mouse. She exploded. What is this ID's purpose? Her purpose is to explode. Again, the checkup event had the explode and IDs. Okay? This ID will kamikaze. Okay? This ID will blow up. Okay? And when you blow up the enemy, you will be left with some profit. Now, there was a problem with this, okay? And I'm going to explain this now. Before, there were not that many burn IDs, so you didn't have many backups. But guess what, guys? Look how many burn IDs are in the game. This is all burn IDs, except for Heathcliff. Look at this. Look how many burn IDs. You have so many burn IDs that you don't... Look. I'll make a team right now. I'm going to put in Mouse. I'm going to put in Yiang. I'll put in... Look how many burn... Okay, she dies. So what? You have 4 other OP as burn IDs you bring into the fight. Hell, you can even bring in Ryoshu. Liu's fucking absolutely fine. You want to bring in Merc? Yeah, bring in Merc. Bring in Sig Don Quixote. You want to have her as a sub? Bring in Ishmael. Doesn't matter if she dies. She serves her purpose. You just use an extra ID. Exactly. What's the point of Dante's clock if she doesn't explode? Now, there are difficulties with this. I'm not saying it's easy, okay? Because we're in an era of unbreakable coins, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's easy. If you play her wrong and you clash something that has an unbreakable coin, you will get staggered, and that's not good. Now, the good thing is, she doesn't die from her own burn. You want her to be out 1 burn. So, realistically, she doesn't want to get hit by, like, don't target unbreakable coins. Right, that's the goal. Do not target unbreakable coins. Let her chill out. Build up her stack. Bring this as much as you can. And let me tell you guys, if you use this on a wave clear... By the way, I'm going to say this out right now. Okay, and I predicted this, guys. Burn... What's the difference between burn and bleed? Okay, I'm going to say it right now. What's the difference between burn and bleed? Burn triggers at the end of a turn. Bleed triggers on offensive skills and on clashes, okay? In ProjectMoon, their glory, they have begun to differentiate what burn and bleed does properly. Now, you've noticed that burn, okay, in modern time, there's so much burn spreading. Okay, let me tell you this, dude. Skill 3 is an attack weight move, inflicts burn on everybody. Okay, goated. Then you have Fire Fist Greor. Obviously, I'm just going to go quick fire through this. Fire Fist Greor inflicts burn on everybody nearby. A gazillion burn spreads the burn to everyone. Magic Bullet. What does Magic Bullet do? She spreads the burn on everyone. She hits the whole wave, right? What does Dawnclair do? He hits the whole wave. He spreads, and guess what? He spreads everyone with turn 2, and then he spreads burn with skill 3. Burn is the wave clearing status. Okay? Burn is the wave clearing status. She doesn't die on 7 bullets beside her ego. Yeah, if she kills your entire team instead. Better not fuck up a single bullet, or else your entire team is dead. Better hope she's at better hope she's at plus 45 sanity when you have 7 bullets, because if she's not at plus 45 sanity, your team's getting shot. I would much rather mouse explode on the enemy team, killing her instantly, than take a gamble with a 30 plus sanity magic bullet Otis at 7 bullets, destroying my entire team. Because she will do that. Just solo. True. Okay, fair enough. Just solo anyway. Just solo. It fixes the whole build. Burn is supposed to be spread. Okay? Burn is the spread ID now. The burn is the spread status. Spread the burn. Everyone spread the burn. Spread the burn on your team. Everyone takes chip damage at the end of a turn. More burn, more burn, more burn. Let your sinners die. It's okay to die. Next, we have technically the second Bokjak. Okay. So, technically, guys, we have the second Bokjak, because the first Bokjak was all egos. But, let's get into my mortal enemies. The Kurokomo clan, or what shall we call it? The Kurogotmo clan. Because, goddamn, did they cook with this fucking Heathcliff, bro. First of all, just stunning. Stunning man right here. Look at this man. Look at this man. He knows that he got that, he knows he has that dog in him. Okay? And he stands up like that. He is probably the first defensive power-up unit in the game. The Backshot Lord. This is the Backshot Lord. Let me just say, probably the first defensive power-up unit in the game that I'm, like, actively, like, invested in making sure I have defense power-up. I don't think there's many other IDs where I'm like, okay, good, I gotta stack my defense power-up, stack my defense power-up. Make sure I get defense power-up. This guy, I can't, where do I even start? Okay, I guess I should start with, what's his purpose? Okay, he's like, he's the tank. He's pretty much the tank. He's a tank, he's like the tank. Why is he the tank? Okay, well, first things first, he has battle ready. Okay, so he's like, boom, Kurokomo units, I'm goated as fuck. I want people to hit people. Yeah, Lenticular Rend, dude, the most powerful move in the game. Okay, look at this wall, by the way. Who has a wall like this? You know who has a wall like this? Like La Marcha Land manager Don Quixote has a wall like this. Okay, what happened, dude? Enemy hits your teammate, Lenticular Rend. Hey, enemy gets your teammate to 10% HP, rules of the backstreets. Hey, another Lenticular Rend. Thundercleave, insanely goated, because it does a mazillion damage and gives you Cumulus Wall. Do you like rules of the backstreets? Have you ever been hit by rules of the backstreets? By June, and ever thought to yourself, man, I would love to rules of the backstreets someone else. Well, now you can. Win the clash, it doesn't matter. Lose the clash, it doesn't matter. You're getting rules of the fucking backstreets. Okay? You're getting rules of the fucking backstreets, and you cannot avoid it. If you bring him with a team, you get minimum 2 coin rules of the backstreets. Rules of the bed streets, exactly. Now, he and Ishmael revitalized the Kurokomo team, and let me tell you that he definitely is a mainstay on pretty much any Bleen team. Dude, because this is goated. But, there is a but. Okay. He is tied to the hip. Now, pretty forgivingly, but he is tied to the hip of Kurokomo Captain Ishmael. Now, ooh, what can I say about Kurokomo Captain Ishmael except that, damn. Did she revive the Kurokomo clan? Okay? She revived the Kurokomo clan. She fixed them. She fixed them like Blade Lineage Mentor Mersault fixed the Blade Lineage. Okay? Do you know how crazy, okay, it is to essentially have permanent unbreakable coins? Because Dark Cloud, okay, saved the Kurokomo team. All base attack skills become unbreakable coins and prevent damage from staggering. Her art also revives something in me? I agree. Okay? How do I explain this? This turned Kurokoma IDs that were generally okay to average on their own to insanely busted, okay? Number 1, Ink Over is insane. This does damage I didn't even think was possible. Sometimes you're not even trying to build the bleed on them, and all of a sudden, they'll take a 300 bleed damage. Yeah, okay. Let me tell you this. Kurokoma Captain Ishmael has made it possible to easily, and I'm talking easily, build bleed outside of an mirror dungeon. Without any even thought. You could win rate with this team, and you'll have positive bleed count. Okay? Who does she buff? First of all, she buffs Kurokoma Clan Ryoshu. Now you may look at Kurokoma and go, ah, she's... If you put the Dark Cloud buff on Kurokoma Clan Ryoshu, she inflicts, guys, 5 bleed potency, 4 bleed count. Oh no, 6 bleed potency, 4 bleed count on skill 2. Same thing with skill 3. Her 2 skills inflict 4 bleed count and 6 potency. For free! For free! On 1 move. She's inflicted 4 bleed count on 1 move. That's not even, that's 1 out of the 6 sinners. The enemy is dead. And don't even get me started on how absolutely gigabuffed that the goated Kurokoma Clan Wakashu Hunglu got. Because he got even more stronger because of the unbreakable coins. The Cloud Cutter does like 12 fucking bleed. Cloud Burst does like a gazillion fucking bleed, and they're all unbreakable. So like GG's, like you might even activate the effect of Cloud Cutter before, because you'll drain all the bleed if you lose the Clash. Okay? The Kurokoma IDs, as much as they're my mortal enemies, and oh fucking god damn, do they really glaze Ishmael in terms of her art. But like, god damn, how is this shit being held up, dude? But I didn't even want to ask. I don't even want to ask, because she deserves to be glazed. She deserves to be glazed. Goated. 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 You want to know who else is goated, guys? The final few IDs we have left in the game. Speaking of, by the way. Fire Fist Gregor. Holy shit. And I thought they peaked at P Gregor. I thought that Priest Gregor was the best that we were going to get on Gregor. Little did I know how foolish I was. Because in the background, gazing into the water's depths, he was the last survivor. He is the Fire Fist survivor. First of all, his uptie story is nuts. When is an idea tier list based on aura? I'll think about that. Which office is he again? They're from our office. The Fire Fist office. And then there's Serpent Gregor coming up too, which, oh my god. I can't even describe to you what Fire Fist Gregor does. I'm going to tell you what Fire Fist Gregor does. He kills people. Not just Blood Fiends. He kills everybody. This is confidently, and I mean confidently, the most powerful Gregor ID in the game. Just Fire Fist alone has so many damage modifiers on it. Look at this. Look. He gets 2 coin power, 3 base power, 50% damage up, 100% damage up. He has 150% damage up. And then he does more damage, so he does 200%. And then he does another fucking 100%. He has over 300% damage modifier on this fucking move. And guess what? When he hits you with that final coin, he has one of the most satisfying skill 3s in the game. And fucking just and detonates you. And you explode into gibs. He goes, Rah! Holy shit. And then And then you're thinking, oh my god, okay, fuel must be incredibly hard to get. You're thinking, okay, he gains so much benefit from fuel, right? He spends so much fuel. I bet it's like a once per encounter thing, you know. He probably doesn't get that many. He just gets it for free. He just gets it free. He gets 100 for free. And it's not one time, it's not a one time per fucking encounter. No, you just count on whenever the fuck you want. By the way, it's a 16 counter, which is crazy, by the way. This is the highest clashable counter in the game. And he just gets 100 fuel back. So, Lord forbid that you burst all your fuel. You're thinking, alright, I gotta maintain my fuel. No, just encounter, bro. They executed the voice actor's family right in front of him to get him recording. Pretty much. I spend my life savings on fuel. He's so peak for an office. I got 3 lines. Exactly! They did not need to go this hard on Fire Fist Grogu, man. But I'm glad they didn't. Because he deserves it. Oh god, I didn't even talk about his passive. Yeah, by the way, his passive just does more damage. And Lord forbid, again, you're a Blood Fiend. Because if you're a Blood Fiend, GG. Okay? Fucking GG if you're a Blood Fiend. You know what else you should GG for? GG if you're a rabbit. Because let's talk about how Rupture is winning. Waiting to do damage once for Singing Village. Hell yeah. Let's talk about the fattest rabbit tail. Okay? Because wow. Ryoshu. Wow, wow, wow. This is one of the most fun IDs in the game to play. Because speed is fun. I didn't like that it's on use. They're probably doing it on use so you can't just perma cheese having 12,000 haste. I need more Mao Ryoshu. We got a whole high shoot pack before speed. There's not much to say about this. This ID is strong as fuck. Also, the count is crazy. Guys, if anybody says Rupture count is dead, I want you to look at them in the eyes and tell them they cannot read. Because let's go through how much count alone Ryoshu does on her own. Okay? Skill 1, Clash Win 1 count. On the second coin, 1 count, reuse 2 count. So she has 3 count on S1. Okay? 3 count on S1. Skill 2, 1 count on Clash Win. Okay, 1 count on Clash Win, that's respectable. Oh, what's this? 1 count on coin 1. Oh, what's this? Another 1. Oh, beautiful. So it's 2. Okay, she goes neutral. Alright, whatever. It's whatever. I'll gut you with a cursed engraved blade. 2 rupture count. 1 hit. 1 rupture count. That's 3 count. Inflict death right haste. Okay. You're thinking, oh, death right haste, whatever. Well, I don't care about death right haste. Yes, you do. Okay? You know why you do? Because when you attack someone with death right haste over 10 speed, they do not lose rupture count. They instead gain a rupture count. Okay? So, you know what this means, guys? This means you have 2 rupture count. More, actually. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She gives you 6 rupture count on skill 3. And Lord forbid you already have the effect on someone, by the way. Because if you already have the effect on someone, that's actually another +4 right there. Like, my god. And then you have Otis as well. And then Otis comes in. And she is the opposite of Ryoshu, where she does not want to clash. So this is a non-clash. She wants to be sneaky beaky about it. Her thing, she doesn't inflict count on her skill 1. No, she does potency. That's fine, absolutely fine. On unopposed attacking, she inflicts 1 count. On hit, she inflicts 1 count. So that's 3, look at that, 3 count. So she inflicts 3 count on her skill 2. Yeah, and Death Right can be used by anyone that's fast. So she inflicts 3 rupture count on skill 2. Okay? And then the same fucking thing for fucking skill 3. She inflicts 2 count on unopposed. She inflicts Death Right, which is pretty much 3 count. And then she inflicts it again. The 3 count. These solve count. Did you get the She Branch ideas? Glory to Pop Tart. I made a video on it. I did check them out. I'm really excited for them. And then, by the way, I didn't even talk about the gluttony counter, which is just guaranteeing that they get the one count. It's just Jesus Christ. They do a lot of damage, by the way. They're fun. They are really fun to use. They are really fun to use. No way, I like Pop-Tart. Yeah, and the counter gives them the haste. Now, we're not done yet, guys, because guess what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about the best poise units in the game. Number 1. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna have to sit down for this one. Actually, I'm gonna have to stand. Alright, I'm gonna have to stand for this one. Because... you know what, guys? People say Project Moon power creep for Walpurgis not. And you know what? Fuck it. Let them do it, dude. Because Jesus Christ. The cook, the chef that was in the kitchen for this one was crazy. Yeah, this is the 2-star, quote-unquote. This is the 2-star idea, okay? This is the 2-star with the teleologic that does 600 minimum damage. This is the dopamine duo. I agree. You want fucking dopamine? Gnome spotted. Yeah, you want to have dopamine? Use this fucking ID. There's nothing to say about this. This is probably one of the funnest poise units in the game. Okay? Still often level. Yeah, pretty much. This is probably the funnest poise unit in the game. Headshot will always deal a gazillion damage. A teleologic with the fucking actual will do a million damage. And guess what? He's a retreat ID. And guess what? He's supposed to leave, guys. He's not supposed to stay. He has only like 11 bullets. He's gonna run out of bullets. And guess what happens when he runs out of bullets? He just leaves. He leaves the fight. And what happens when he leaves the fight? Arguably the strongest poise unit in the game comes out to play. Holy shit. They glazed the fuck out of the way. Because my goodness gracious. What did they do to you, bro? They gave this man damage. And they gave this man poise. Because he builds that shit instantly. Not only does it build that shit instantly, he fucking shreds the fuck out of them. Shut up, Church of Gears. I tell you logic. He has a free S1 that you can use from Heathcliff. He has a counter. He has evade. He reloads. He spends ammo to deal more damage. He raises the stagger threshold. He has a clashable guard. Dude, he has clashable everything. He does pierce resist. He kills you. He summons Heathcliff. By the way, he summons Heathcliff, yep, on the thing to add target spotted, which will absolutely blast their head off. Look at the bootleg Sinclair. Look at the Sinclair. Look at him. Yeah, even without ammo, he can still activate it because he doesn't use ammo. He just doesn't get the coin effects. So he kills you, and then Lord forbid you have Heathcliff off the field, because then he does even more damage with the more unbreakable coins. He also inflicts attack power down. He also inflicts bind. He also inflicts your life. As you look if he has 8 skills. Okay. I'll explain it for you real quick. So, here's what he has. This is his S1, this is his S2, and this is his S3. This is melee support. Melee support is a defensive skill that it is a defensive skill 1 that he uses when Heathcliff uses his evade. So when Heathcliff activates his evade, Hunglu will get a free use of this skill. You cannot select the skill otherwise. That's why it's a 0 amount. So you cannot select the skill otherwise. He will use this when Heathcliff evades. Then, when Heathcliff exits the field in the background, or you have him equipped in the background, all of his skills, right, his last 2 skills, will turn into the upgraded skills, which is the combo skills, which will combo with Heathcliff and do 1 million damage. Yes, he gets 1 reload and then he turns it into an evade. Man, this was actually his skill too. Oh yeah, I think they might. Yeah, it says it here. Melee support is actually skill. Yeah, he is he's glazed. Okay, he is glazed. What was the first idea to have more than 3 skills? Jesus, who was the first idea to have more than 3 skills? I think it was here. I think it was claim your bones merchant. I think it's a bone merchant. He was the first one to have 3 skills because his is a defensive skill technically. Because technically it's 4 skills, but this doesn't count as a skill. This counts as a defensive skill. I'm pretty sure he's the first unit enemy. It raises the rent. So, that's all the IDs in Season 5. So let's bring out the calculator. Okay? Well, not the calculator, but you know what I mean. The metaphorical calculator. So what do we think about the IDs? Let me turn off the bold real quick. I'm with that on. Peak. I honestly think they're peak. I dead-ass think keep the fucking game design going. Okay? I like this game design. You know what, guys? I like strong units. I like when I have variety. I like when my units do something gimmicky, you know? They're all PEEM. Okay? Here's what I want. I want, you know, like, continue with the variety, you know? Make them unique. Strong, fun. At the end of the day, strong equals fun. I don't care what anyone has to say about it. Right? No one wants to use a weak ID. Now, again, weak and strong is all subjective, guys, because guess what? It's a single-player game. Single-player game means make shit fun first. Oh, wait, Reindeer Hunglu. Oh, true. I forgot it. I forgot about that. Well, they're seasonal. They don't count. No. They're standard fare. Standard fare doesn't count, guys. We're talking seasonal IDs only. We're talking seasonal IDs only. No. They're standard fare, guys. They don't count. They're not part of the season. They're not part of the season. This is strictly season IDs that we were talking about, because this is the Season 5 review. Okay? He's running away from his season. Seasonless be banished, guys. We're not talking about them, because there's a lot of seasonless. There's a lot of seasonless. Seasonless justice. You'll never get your seasonless justice. The next thing we're going to talk about is egos. Now, this will come with 2 technically discussions, the Battle Pass and egos. And that should just make them within balance restrictions and have them all along. Exactly. Didn't I talk about Zai Sinclair and Ish? Yeah, no, I talked about Sinclair. Now, the only reason I talked about Sinclair is because on the wiki it had him here. But, you know, I'm just saying. Anyway, ignore that. Egos. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure he is seasonal. Let's start first with the Battle Pass. Now, actually, yeah. Actually, we'll discuss the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass will be a separate discussion. The first ego that we are going to talk about comes from the Battle Pass. And it is claimed, arguably, the worst ego of the Battle Pass. Rose Hunter Faust. Okay, actually, let's get I want to get the Battle Pass version, because that's upside 4. Hold on, I gotta find it. Where is it again? Mouse. Okay. Rose Hunter Faust. Arguably, okay, the worst of the Seasonal 5 egos. Okay? First things first. Can't even view the art. That's crazy. Anyway. Fire. I like this ID, personally, but I can understand why people don't. First, it's a gluttony, so you need to have a gluttony. First, you need to be fast, I do agree. And second, again, the biggest thing that people talk about is the count. Count, she eats the count. But she does have a corroded positive, and I do fully believe that her corrosion skill actually makes it more appealing than the awakening. I do think people forget about the corrosion for her, because her corrosion is where the gimmick actually comes in, okay? First of all, she has attack weight. Alright, it is a positive coin ID, but it's only 20 cost, so it's not that bad. Okay? She inflicts count, which is great, and she inflicts lasso. Okay, lasso is the gimmick that you're going for here. Right? Because this is an easy, early way to inflict lasso. It's cheap as well, so it's gluttony, lust, envy. You're gonna get this. If Mouse, guys, if Mouse got a Haishu Pack ID that was Rupture, let me tell you that no one will be talking smack about Lasso. Okay? Let me tell you that, guys. If she has a Haishu pack ID that has Rupture, no one will talk smack. The only reason that smack is spoken about Lasso is because the only Rupture we have for her, okay, is 7. And I still think she goes good with 7, to be honest with you. But is it a situational ID? It's situational. You can agree with that. Okay? Run Hex Snail. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I do agree, 7 fast is absolutely solid. I have no problems with her. I would use this ego if I'm using 7 fast. But it is a Teth. Okay, so it's a Teth. It is not supposed to be the strongest. It's supposed to be a gimmick. Okay, it's a gimmick. You're gimmicking with Lasso. You're gimmicking with Bursting Rupture. That's pretty much it. Oh, that's a weird bug. Chat, I found a bug. I found a bug. As you can see, guys, I'm very clearly clicking the plus effect here. But when I hit back, I didn't click anything. That was just one motion. 300... Guys, we just found 300 lunacy. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing is a literary device. Funny bug. Unplayable. Yeah, what other option ID does she have? She only has 7. Speaking of, the next ID, which is Lasso Hunglu. Now, this is one that you will be more seen commonly used with Hunglu, especially with Season 6 coming, because we're going to have the Season 6 Hunglu IDs, guys. And the Season 6 ID Hunglu is going to be crazy. Deviate with Season 4. Now, ooh boy. Let me tell you. 5, oh yeah, he's standard. Sorry, he was 5 with standard. Yeah, I forgot. Now let me tell you about this one. Now this, okay, is another one where people are like, it's whatever, it's whatever, it's whatever. This is a Blupture ID, guys. Healing down, max 3 count for resin, lead, Rupture, Lasso. Dude, smack this man around, boom bam boop bop, kill an enemy, inflict Lasso. I didn't cover standard. No, we're not covering standard because that's not part of the season. We're specifically looking at the season ID, which is the gimmick. His corrosion is much more standard. Again, positive ID corrosion. It also equals 20 cost, so it's not the worst. Okay, it does give you max attack weight, so you do get a lot of attack weight. You do get 3 Lasso, which is the most amount of Lasso you get to inflict. You do get 2 bleed count and 2 rupture, and you get to deal more damage. So it's a burst. Again, these people, I feel like people pretty much kind of ignore Rose Hunter. Like, if you think about it, they don't. It's like, it's there. It exists. Specifically Faust, but Hunglu's is there. He does have a purpose. I would say this is like a very wave cleary. This is kind of like the uninvited Bygone Days Ishmael, where you put this on a wave, and then you want to inflict Lasso against everyone, so you're always like killing them. But generally, they're lower on the tech score for a reason. Now, exactly. Now, speaking of Teths, I want to introduce you to Hexnail Sinclair. Ooh, let me introduce you to Hexnail Sinclair. Sinclair. Let me introduce you to my boy Hexnail Sinclair. Now, I like Hexnail Sinclair, dude. Hexnail Sinclair is fun. Okay, the Curse God. Okay, the Curse God. Now, Curse is a very situational effect, obviously, guys, because you randomly gain debuffs. It could be defense down, it could be attack power down. It's good. It could be offense down, whatever, right? But boom, first things first. Okay, Curse inflicted. Negative target, more Curse. Nails. So this is a rare nails bleed. You know, guys, nails. Consistent Curse activation. He's great for bleed count. Great for bleed potency. Flash powder, and then guess what? It's a 2-coiner. Alright, so it's going to deal decent damage. And then second thing is, he has a massive passive. If this unit has a negative effect, gain Clash power up and defense power up. And then gain protection for every 3 negative effects itself. That's goated. They finally gave it Enclair Nails. This is an amazing passive with a decently good, like, usable Hexnail. Put this on a boss, guys. Boom. You know what else is massive? I wouldn't call it a good bleed count. Well, it's not there for the bleed count, it's just nice to have. It is just nice to have. Also, technically, his corrosion is really good. Yes. His corrosion is so here we actually get the DPS move, by the way. This is the DPS move. First of all, 3 attack weight, 2 coin, 25. Big. Okay, big. 4 nails, 4 curse, 3 nails. You get clash power down. This thing does damage. I use this on Envy Weak enemies, and bam, he shreds. At 25 sanity cost, it's very spammable. This hurts. This hurts. You should get SETI ID Ego. Yeah, get this for your Bleed Sinclairs, guys. Which, by the way, there is a Bleed Sinclair. We'll get to that. That's technically seasonal, though, so it doesn't count. But. They are all stomped by the absolute power that is the Teddy Bear Hex Snail Rodon. Because, damn, is this not one of the best healing egos in the entire game? Now, why do I say this? First of all, cheap. Cheap. Second, heals 3 allies, 15% HP, not bad. However, if you have negative effects on you, you can heal them up to a maximum of 10% HP. And if you have a resin, you can heal an extra ally. So you're going to heal yourself, 3 other allies for 25% max HP, inflict curse, inflict bleed, inflict nails, for cheap. And so it's the best animated one of the best animated egos in the game. Okay. Corrosion, also good. It's like a nerf baby version of the first one. You get 20% healing. Okay. All the units that receive gain offense level. And if you have a resin, she actually inflicts more count on this skill than the other one. She inflicts 2 count, she inflicts 3 nails. So actually in total, she inflicts 5 count on this skill. So I prefer Hex Nail, I prefer Hex Nail. Personally. Rodon Dancer, yeah. This one, Rodon gets possessed by the bear, as you can see in the background. And then the bear in the first one. Passive. Inflicts defense level down, which is fine. But I think this is actually more important. This is fine, alright? If target has bleed, inflict more bleed. But this one is, if an ally, including this unit, takes damage, you actually inflict curse. So if every unit on your team is hit with unbreakable coins, guys, so this is the thing you think about. Unbreakable coin counts taking damage. So if every one of your team is getting hit by an unbreakable coin, they're taking 6 curse for free. And the curse can give you good effects. It can give you attack power down. It can give you the offense level down, so you can win a clash. If Garden of Thorns was good, no, this is Garden of Thorns if it but cheaper. Then obviously, the final ego of this pack. The second last ego. Sorry, because I forgot Mersault. Mersault. Where's Mersault at? Is he on the top? Here it is. Okay. Yearning, Merkel, and Mersault. Now, let me say something about Yearning, Merkel, and Mersault. I know I forgot. Yearning, Mersault. Let me tell you something, because, okay, it's relevant to what just happened. Okay? It's relevant. You want to know why it's relevant to just happen? You know why I skipped over Mersault? Because this is the most skipped over, slept on Mersault ego in the game. This is arguably his best, well, literally, his best ego ever. But it's slept on, as I demonstrated by skipping over it. It was a metaphor, okay? I skipped over it because I actually I underrated it. Okay, and that's why. Ending the Circle loves, thank God. Underrated mid-ego. Alright, let me tell you why it's not a mid-ego. First of all, look at this clash. Does it have good IDs? It does have good IDs. You can do it. You can do Rhino. You can do middle. It's possible. You can do it. It's possible. Let me explain to you. And hell, you don't even need bleed IDs for this. You can just rock this on your own. Alright? Let me tell you guys. You don't need a bleed ID. Fuck the bleed ID. You know? What if I just used it raw? It inflicts bleed on its own. it's a Lust resin, so you put it with the other team members. Rose Wedge, dude. Oh my god, is Rose Wedge like these exist in the game, right? This exists in the game. This came out when the game came out, dude. Like, that's crazy. Let me explain what Rose Wedge does. Okay. You take bleed damage every time you get, every time you take bleed damage, you gain potency. Okay. You gain bleed, blah blah blah. You inflict bleed, whatever. You trigger the above effect, right? Which is taking potency times 100 lust damage. And then getting that as fucking Blood Feast for free, you're dealing big number. Okay? You are dealing big number. And all you have to do with this is just use the fucking move. You use the move, and you're going to deal potency, right? Which could be whatever. Say you have like 50 potency. But you just did 500 lust damage. For free. For free. And also, guess what you just did? You have 50 potency, you just got 500 blood feast. And also, you just did potency times 100, so if you had 50, you just did 100 lust damage to all allies. I'm sorry, he just completely bursted the fuck out of it. And then, that's not even counting the fact that he actually has a deluge in his base kit. So, not only does he have Rose Wedge, by the way, but he also has an innate bleed deluge. This is the DPS ego. And don't even get me started on the corrosion. Okay? Because the corrosion is even more busted. Because it inflicts a limbillion Rose Wedge count. And still activates the bleed. Okay? This man, he just can't stop winning. And he's winning too much. Doesn't have a Blood Feast. How can he benefit from Blood Feast? That's the neat part. He doesn't benefit from Blood Feast. Your teammates do benefit from Blood Feast, especially if you're using a Blood Fiend ID. If you got the 3 Blood Fiend IDs and you slap in Rhino Mersault on his team, let me tell you, you never ever have Blood Feast troubles. Okay? A single good use case of Yearning Makala, chat. One good use case of Yearning Makala Mersault can feed your entire family of Blood Fiends for weeks. Okay? He also inflicts more bleed, and he heals. So this is great for tanking as well. Yeah, Sanguine Desire plus this, oh my god. Let me tell you guys, if you ever need a status effect to sink your teeth into and just kind of run it forever the rest of your life, just do bleed. Now, what do I say about this? Okay, I'm gonna say it flat. Yearning Merkala Don Quixote is probably the best DPS ego in the game. Okay? Now, this is actually the strongest ego in the game. Like a television advertiser. I'm just saying. Now, I'm gonna just keep it straight, guys. This is OP as fuck. Okay? This is a busted ass WoW ego. Okay? Let me tell you why it's busted as fuck. First of all, it activates off Blood Feast consumed. Okay? What is Blood Feast consumed? Blood Feast consumed is how much Blood Feast has been consumed by the entire battlefield. Okay? So, this is super easy to hit. This is probably one of the easiest conditionals in my life to hit. I bet you if I was blindfolded, I had no arms, I had the heart virus from Dragon Ball Z, no legs, I couldn't use any, I had key as well, I had like a key deficiency, and I was blind and deaf, and also like I had no frontal lobe, I could still fulfill the fucking Blood Feast consumed condition. Okay? I could still fucking fulfill this condition while all of that was affecting me. That's how easy, okay, this condition is to fulfill. And what do you get for fulfilling this easy as fuck bomb ass condition? Okay, let me tell you what you get. You get fucking 10% HP. Oh, sorry, I meant 30. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant 60. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant 110% bonus damage for free. Oh, okay, yeah, just 110 damage for free. Oh, for free? Oh, and then also, don't keep me waiting, because you also inflict Polydipsic Rose, which might as well just be called Polydipshit Rose, okay? Because you know why? Because whoever's getting hit by fucking Polydipsic Rose is gonna feel like a dipshit. Because when you take 10 bleed potency, you just take 30% HP damage? For free? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be fighting an enemy or a fucking grounded piece of beef? Because that's what's gonna happen to them after you hit them with the poly dipshit rose. Okay? This was already strong as fuck from the 110 damage boost, and then at the end of all of that, you can deal 30% of max HP. Okay? Max 30. It's still a lot. That's max 30%. That's not 30 damage. That's 30%. 30% of 200 HP is over 50 HP for free on every unit in the fight. If there's 8 units in the fight or 7 units in the fight, chat, you just did 7 multiplied by 50. That's over 300 damage. No, that's percentage. That is saying they're able to 1% of these units actually max 30% HP. That's not damage. That's over 30%. It's crazy. And somehow Hunglu has to match that. And the way Hunglu matches that, by the way, is he fucking blows up. We'll talk about that later. And then you get to the passive. Super simple. She has this goaded ass awakening, and then it has the very simple passive. Every time bleed, she just heals. Some of the SP back. You know why you get this SP back, by the way? You get this SP back because of the fucking corrosion. Okay? Which if you thought already the awakening was absolutely busted as fuck OP. Alright? You are now also going to be activating this omega as fuck DPS poly dipshit heal. Yeah, it also heals, by the way. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Heal 50% of your fucking net. So you're gonna full heal. Okay? Not only that, you're also gonna do a gazillion more damage. Okay? Also, the fucking art is bomb. Like, this is fire. This is bomb-ass art. And second, you're inflict. This actually inflicts the bleed. So this one doesn't actually inflict the bleed. This one inflicts the bleed. Like Kaioken, pretty much. Okay? So, Battle Pass egos, I gotta say. Dude, that Rodon keeps flashbanging me. Now, guys, isn't there something interesting to note? Okay? How many did we have? Right? We had 2, 4, okay, 6. Okay? Because we had two Rose Hunters, 2 Teddies, and then 2 Yearnings. But guess what, guys? Really, if you think about it, no one really gives a fuck about the first 2 egos of the game, right? So, really, you can ignore the first 2 egos and just do the Hex Snails and the Yearning. But guess what, guys? Season 6. Season 6 is going to have 2 less ego. And guess what? The ego that you're going to get in Season 6 is going to be, I'm telling you, better than the ego you get from this Battle Pass. So, really, do you lose out on anything next Battle Pass? Not really. If you weren't going to use these anyway, you're definitely going to use the next season's ego. Can I show the corrosion animation? If I can, I will. But we're not done on ego talk. No. There's still more ego. There's a lot of ego left. That we're getting more resources. Exactly. See, that's the thing, dude. We're getting more stuff to upgrade than people... Boom. First things first. Up. What? Up, right. Rodon? Wait. I did not open... Hex now Rodon jump scare. Well, I guess she doesn't want me to stop. Okay, fair enough. Can I? Okay. As I was saying before, I was interrupted by Rodon. Can I introduce you to the funniest ego in the game? Okay. Tried to sneak in. I don't know what the hell that was about. I'm here to introduce you to the funnest ego in the entire game. Welcome to the shoot your own team members and fucking murder them ego. Okay? Now this is the GOAT of egos. You know why? Because you're not going to use it 90% of the time. Okay, 99% of the time, chat, you're not going to use this ego. But there's a 1%. And that 1% of the time, you pop someone's fucking brain out. Okay? And blast it over the concrete floor. Alright? And that second fucking coin does 2 zillion Limbus damage. Also, yeah, this is the ego that's carrying the low railway takes. Right? Absolute nuts. This shit is nuts. Let's you choose to collect 10 out of 10. There's nothing else to say on it. It's just funny. It's just funny. Next, we're going to talk about the Bokjak. So, we skipped the first Bokjak, by the way, which was the Miracle in District 20 Bokjak, because now we are going to talk about the Miracle in District 20 Bokjak. May I introduce you to the cozy bed. Damn, the EP Greor. Wow, what can I say about EP Greor, guys? EP Greor is a tremor sinking ego that benefits off you hitting either a stagger or the morale or panic. So EP Greor is definitely one of those things that you keep on you. This is like, this competes with Solemn Lament, right? Did we skip Barber Otis? No, we finished Barber Otis already. Magical Otis, we'll get there, don't worry, that'll be Will Purgus, see at the end. Correct, so this ego is fighting for Solemn Lament slot, but let me tell you guys something, okay? Solemn Lament is useless if you're not using a sinking team. Thread spin him. Hold on, ignore that. Just, that says 3, it's bugged, it's bugged. Anyway, let me just tell you something right now. Solemn Lament is absolutely great, okay? Now let me tell you this. If you're not running a sinking team, okay, well, that's not going to help. The Solemn Lament Greor is not going to help you. Now, this ego, if you're not running a sinking team or a tremor team, this thing will still help you. Sinking, tremor, getting some staggers in. You get the passive. His passive is really good, by the way, because against all enemies that have these a bit affected, you just inflict free offense down and defensive down. So, I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm running like a casual Greor setup and I need like an ego on my he slot, I'll put in fucking Christmas Nightmare. Why is it not? I don't have thread. Chill, I don't have the thread. Speaking of, probably the best ego in the game, by the way, EP Fishmail. So here we have EP Fishmail. I won't listen to you listen upside 3. Guys, it's a visual bug. It's a visual bug. It's a visual bug. Okay, I can't. Kim Ji-hoon hacked my account, guys. Kim Ji-hoon hacked my account. It's a visual bug. It's a visual bug. Anyway. I'm taking a bug away. Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it. You didn't say anything. Anyway, EP Ishmael is one of the best support egos in the game. Why? First of all, it inflicts 5 tremor count, which is nuts. Oh, actually, it does more, but obviously I have the red spin in, but don't worry about that. Anyway, basically, she also does sinking and tremor, as you can see here in this totally real uptight art. But more importantly, alright, she inflicts more tremor count on her allies. Yeah, guess what, guys? How much does it take to uptie 4 a unit? Huh? List it out. List me right now how much thread it takes to uptie 4 a unit. Say it. I want to see you guys say it. Say it how much. Say it. I want to see you guys write it out. Takes a big amount? Damn fucking right it does. More than that, correct. Now what happens, guys, in 2 days when both fucking Rodon and Greor come out and I need to uptie 4 them? And guess what? I couldn't uptie 4 them because I had to uptie fucking 3 Christmas Nightmare. This will come later. I will uptie this, don't you worry. Unfortunately, okay, I have 2 fucking seasonal ID egos that are coming out in 2 days, and I don't even have the thread yet for able to handle that. So, you can forgive me for not uptying my goddamn ego. Anyway, get Christmas Ishmael, not because she's probably the best support unit of the game, but I think I can pull the 2 IDs. Dude, not only am I going to pull the 2 IDs, I'm going to be instantly missed content. Are ego shock rates halved too when the season comes? Yes, they are. ego crates are halved, and you will gain thread on the respective amount of crates that you shredded them with. Now, anyway, as I was saying, uptight, get EP Ishmael because she's very cute. Next thing's next. The first of what I like, well, not the first. This is the one of many egos. So as I said, guys, there are 2 types of egos, okay? Well, there's actually multiple types of egos, but this is a new variant of ego that has been used recently, okay? And this is called the Ego Gift Ego, okay? Thorogakia Ryoshu. Now, Thorogakia Ryoshu, we call it an Ego Gift Ego because this is literally the Ego Gift Nebulizer. This is just the Nebulizer Ego Gift, but better, okay? Thorogakia is insane. Big damage, big poise spread, big everything, just big. Everything is big about her, okay? She's just big. She is a fun ID. Yes, this is the nebulizer that you can take on in any fight and benefit it from any fight. Doesn't matter what you're doing, doesn't matter where you are, guys. This can enable your entire team to have poise. It's blah, 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 blah. That sounds like words. And I don't speak words. I speak language. And my language is telling you how good as fuck Thorogaki is. If I try to get throw a fast, I might have barely enough shards, but I want everlasting. Get what you want, if you feel like it. Yes. By the way, didn't even get to mention. Probably my favorite ego, one of my favorite egos of this encounter. Thorogakia Faust. Okay? Why do I like Thorogakia Faust? Because, guys, let me tell you something about Thorogakia Faust. Thorogakia Faust is actually better than Fluid Sac. And ProjectMoon, whoever the designer and like the balance team at ProjectMoon is, let me tell you guys, they cooked. Okay? Let me just do a quick comparison for you. So let's just read Fluid Sac at Uptide 4. Okay, Fluid Sac at Uptide 4 gives you 25 SP if you roll heads, and 15% of max speed for all allies. Okay? Whatever. Boo. Don't care. Right? The loser fucking Fluid Sac versus the Chad Thorogakia, right? Because let me tell you what Thorogakia gives you when you're at fucking full percent. Alright? First things first, read the passive. Okay? You gain Nebulizer every time you apply Poise. At the start of each turn, all allies, okay, with the lowest HP heal percentage per stack HP. Highest ally res. You get 5 Nebulizer stack. It stacks up to 5, which means you are healing 5% HP for all of your allies for free. And if you have Poise, it activates twice, which you can spend Poise by using Ryoshu or Faust. So you're going to be healing 10% HP a fight, which is passive. This activates forever. Okay? You never have to, you activate this once, guys, and you never have to use Fluid Sac in your life. Exactly. It does depend on how fast you, but typically, even then, you could pop this and still benefit from it faster than you could theoretically, because all you need to do is you can fast track this by just using Poise count. So if you have a character who spreads the poise or gains the poise, boom. Thorogakia on a full bleed team. Yeah. Blade lineage, and then this will naturally, like, okay, obviously, guys, Fluid Sac if you need the immediate and 15% HP, Thorogakia if you want to gain a longer. So if you look at it on a scale, right? Like, hold on, like if we go here, right? If you look at it on a scale, Thorogakia here, okay. Let me just do it on layout. So this is here's Fluid Sac, all right? Here's the use case of, hold on, let's do a line. There's a bad line. Okay. Okay, look. Here's Fluid Sac, okay? This is how Fluid Sac works. Okay, see how that Fluid Sac works? Actually, I should probably start like this. So this is Fluid Sac. You start off, nothing. Okay? Boom, you get your big heal. Then you're off. Then you're gonna get your book heal again. This is all resources. Boom. Boom. Now let me show you Thorogakia Faust, okay? Here's Thorogakia Faust. Kind of like this. Yeah, it's like this more so. And that spreads far higher, infinitely. More like this. So it's a more consistent healing. Like this. There you go. That's Thoragakia first. You will reach the peak that is Fluid Sac. Okay? With less resources. Because this is a passive, so you gotta understand. Because it's a passive, unironically, you scale it higher. So it's like more like here. To be honest with you. It's like here. So you need a lot of Pride Res only to activate it. More arcing upwards, yeah. More like this. This is Thoragakia. Oh. Oh Jesus. I'm erasing the wall! But Thor cannot heal SP. You know what can heal SP, chat? Representation in a minute. Scuff stream. Actually, this can heal SP, guys. And it's a pride, so you can generate pride resources. Okay. Anyway. Technically, this is also part of the seasonal, but I'm going to include this because there's not that many ego compared to IDs. Intercontrol Rodon is great. That's really it. Like, I don't know what to tell you this. This is like the best burn ego in the game. Can use 4 to get 1, exactly. This is like the best healing ego. This is like the best burn ego in the game. This also might be this is the best in anything in the game. Damage, insane damage. Status, insane debuff. HP, goaded. Corrosion, cracked. Passive, base, dude. Is it useful outside of burn teams? If you need a heal, yeah. If you need like more healing, this does do goaded as healing. It is resin, so it's not just wrath resin. If you need that fat 20%, you don't have pursuance or anything, yeah, you can do this. Minus 60 positive corrosion. Yes, this is minus 40. And then if you force the corrosion, it goes into 20. But it's so shrimpable. Just win. Give my boy Sinclair some wild. Don't worry, he's in the next one. So, hello everyone. Hello. What can we say about the season's ego? I think it's very simple. I think first of all we come in here and we say that the low to mid ego, you could say they're forgettable. Are like forgotten / don't care about, right? That's like the low to mid ego. So like, I'll say like the low ego, right? But the high ego are like all goated. Like unique. They have like, you know, they have like different effects, play styles. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. I forgot Magic Bullet Otis. Yeah, Magic Bullet Ogres is just OP. Yeah, there's nothing to say about this one. This one's just busted as fuck. I can't even begin the discussion about Magic Bullet Otis. You're right, I forgot. Yeah, she's broken. Yeah, this is like one of the best egos in the game that just exists for fun. There's nothing to say about it. I can't, what do I say about it? It's actually just goated. What's the difference between Awakening and the Corrosion? Well, the difference between the Awakening and the Corrosion is in the effects down here at the bottom. As you can see, this one gives you Magic Bullet on your resin, and also it gives you to you if you do not have the actual effect. With here, when you get it, you get an actual effect, the damage, and also, equally, you deal Dark Flame against all enemies. More Dark Flame, pretty much, and you no longer inflict, you inflict some effects that count. That's also indiscriminate. Yeah, I would be very fucking careful when using Corrosion. Also, this has a unique passive specifically for an ID, by the way. That's one of the first ever, and it's really good. Seventh bullet corrosion. Yeah, the 7th bullet turns you into Derfry shoots. Yeah, so big W. Next is the Mirror Dungeon. Wiener or Dark Flame, please. So next I'm going to talk about the Mirror Dungeon. Now the Mirror Dungeon has a lot of changes in this season, so we're going to discuss it. So we're going to compare it to the previous season as well. So let me tell you about the Mirror Dungeon. Number 1. Okay, the first thing to talk about is going to be that Starlight no longer exists. Starlight grinding is over. Okay, what do you grind for now? So now that Starlight is grinding, how do you get effects? How do you get passives? How do you get buffs? How do you get all of that? Okay. Well, it's simple. Pick a team. Doesn't really matter what team we pick, so I'll just pick a sinking team. We now have the Graces. Okay, technically we also had the passive bonuses over here, but they got removed. So let's just think about the Graces for now, okay? We have the Graces taking all of the most powerful effects, pretty much powerful effects, from the Starlight buffs and turns them into more of a roguelike. Now each turn you can choose, oh, today I'm going to bring Chance Common in. Today I'm going to bring Intercell Travel. Today I'm going to bring Moon Shopping, Cumulative Star Cloud. They won't have rest bonuses anymore converted to the live stream? I don't remember that. Do I like MD of the Withering more than this? No. This one is way better than the Withering one. I do admit I miss Starlight. I will admit I liked Starlight. I like grinding for my Starlight. However, I will confidently say that this is better. You just choose the same 5? I mean, you could choose whatever you want. You could do the same thing for Starlight. The Starlight one was the same thing. You just picked the best thing for Starlight anyway. But this one at least makes you feel better. We're going to see how they change it in the 6, but there are situations where I want to pick this. There are situations where I want to pick this. There are situations where I pick this. Like, I do have choices. Like, you can sit there and just pick, like, this is your average pick, right? Like, this is probably what you're going to pick, to be honest with you. But it's more variety. There's no downside with more variety. Now, what's the downside? There is a downside, okay? The downside is the rest bonus. Rest bonus is now more important for the Mirror Dungeon 5 than it was for the Mirror Dungeon 4. Mirror Dungeon 4, I never played MD2, so I don't know, sorry. Now, let me tell you. Rest bonus is way more important in this season than it was in the last dungeon, because the rest bonus in the Mirror Dungeon 4 was strictly there to give you bonus cost and bonus Starlight. That was it. Didn't do anything else. Here, however, actually lets you pick a majority of your buffs. This highly encourages team swapping and making teams, which is a good thing. Why is Zai Sinclair on the sinking team? Because of his passive. But let me explain. So pretty much rest bonus, much more important. All right, what other things would do? Theme packs, okay, being updated and focused on, guys, was one of my biggest worries. I was worried they might abandon the entire theme pack gimmick from season 4, and I'm super glad they didn't. In fact, they actually improved on it a lot. They added Buckjacks, they added hard mode, they added the lines. I'm a big fan of the lines. I love the events I love that events are all being packs now as well. Thinking, should I do it for the achievements? Yes, I will admit. So every event we get new packs now, we get new ego gifts, we get new events. It's fun. I love all of this variety. I want more. I want this to be worked on more. You know, more. Now, we also got super shops. We also got ego compendiums, fusion lists. We got the recipes now. You can actually view the recipes in here. Okay, look at how many more fusion gifts we got. Okay, we got new tier 4s for everything. New tier 4, new crafting recipes. I love these. I love all of these. More. Fucking bloat the shit out of this. Whoa, Moses. I love Moses. Crafting Lunar Memory, Abno encounters. Yeah, more. Beautiful. I love this. I love all the extra content we're getting. And also, can I just say, I love achievements. Oh. Ugh, I love achievements. But we'll get to achievements later. Now, some people don't like that the Mirror Dungeon 5 is 5 floors. I'm not gonna lie to you. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay? the fucking 5 floors compared to the 4 floors, it doesn't matter. It's like 3 more minutes of your time. I'm sure your burn team glimpse of flame like run will be fine. Like it does not matter that it's only 5 things. You'll still get through it in like 20 minutes if you want to. I like super position, infinite mode. Okay. Infinite mode is now also a thing, which lets you stack up to 10 things. In fact, you know what? Let's do a mirror dungeon run while we discuss this. Let's use my sinking theme. Let's go with things that people don't pick. We'll pick Chance Comet. Let's pick Moon Star Shop. Let's bring Star Shower, and let's bring Star Beginning. I'm glad they brought back these, the selected gifts as well. Okay. So. We'll be doing the mirror run to explain the mirror run, okay? The mirror run to explain the mirror run. Ooh, dude, you know what? Let's go right into an unloving. We can go right into this and try and get ourselves a, yeah, this is goated as fuck. So, things that we added. We have, extra sight, which is beautiful. Love to see it. New events, always good. And Super Shop, probably one of the best things as well that they added. Super Shop is super fun. Pick my team. I like going with the classic Butler team because I am a goat. There we go. We'll just do a few. We'll just do like 1 or 2 runs of this before I could go back to the explanation, because we still have plenty of stuff to discuss about the explanations. Look at her little broom, man. I love that she has a little broom with her. So cute. But yes, we have superposition. The superposition being the infinite mode now. The infinite mode allows you to get more achievements as well. Infinite mode is purely for fun. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's fun as fuck. Is it hard? Oh, damn right it's hard. Also, damn, that guy just rolled all heads on me, dude. Like, goddamn, bro. Like, chill, brother. This guy just rolled all heads on me. Like, I just started the goddamn game. You know what I'm saying? Is the review done already? No. I'm just going through this as an example. We still have plenty more to go through. I'm gonna do like 1 fight and then back out because I'm just using this as an example. That's all. I hope it does end as normal. Exactly. I really enjoy the fact of like being broken. Like that's fun. And it's purely optional as well. It's not like a required thing. The stupid mermaids had to reset. That's 3 big booms, exactly. I do think that they are trying to wean people off normal mode. I do fully believe that, because normal mode, in comparison to Season 4, I will admit, normal mode kind of got screwed over in Season 5. Okay, you really can't do a lot of things in normal mode in Season 5. They really want you to do hard mode. Okay, they're trying to wean you off normal mode. I think if ProjectMoon had the option to, I think they would fully abandon normal mode if they could. I 100% believe it. I don't think they want normal mode. I think they just want hard mode. Yes, so let me open up the paints, because I'm pretty sure we're finished with the Mirror Dungeon review, so I'll discuss this. So first things first. Miss Starlight, but race is better. Variety. I think that's fair. I do think more is better, generally, obviously. Superposition. Og. I think we can all agree with that. And then achievements is its own separate thing down here. I think I have it. Where is it? Achievements here. Oh, I also have superposition is here. Okay, hold on. Next is Railway 5. So, I'm going to tell you guys my experience with Railway, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts. So, I started playing toward the end of Season 3. I managed to beat Kanto 5 maybe a few weeks before the season would end. And no, I had a good team before this. So I beat the Railway 3. It was Railway 3, right? Yeah, Railway 2. I beat Railway 2 about 1 week before the season ended. Okay, so I've started playing on Railway 2. I beat Railway 3. I beat Railway 4. I beat Railway 5. I'm going to tell you this flat out, okay? Railway 5 is the best railway because of three specific reasons, okay? Number one, variety, okay? I really fucking like the buff system. The buff system, I hope it stays. I don't think it will stay, but I hope if it does stay, they develop it more. Maybe make it like you acquire it differently and it's a unique effect. So number one, the variety is very fucking great. Two, the balance. They balance the shit out of RR5 way more than any other railway. Now, what do I mean by balanced Railway 5? I think it has a variety of fights that are hard, long, and short. So, Pekatulum Trio, fuck themselves. Yeah, fuck the Pekatulum Trio. Hello, how's it going? I think all the Blood Fiend fights are good. Okay. I think the Envy Pekatula, which is the thing people are the most worried about, were actually pretty balanced. To be honest with you, they weren't too overpowered. They actually, I feel like they nerfed the Envy Pekatula in terms of their damage and stuff. But them not having many support IDs fixes it. Yeah, half of your turns are going to come from section 1 or 2 because you don't have buffs. I think the team variety is absolutely peak. I think the abnormalities were fun as hell. I like Hex Snail, or I like Happily Hurt Teddy Bear. Rose Hunter is fine, so they're all default. But if I had to say the three new abnormalities, Sleeping Bag of a Bygone Day is Big W. I really enjoyed him. He was a fun fight. Fleur Shoots is also cool. I really like that. His gimmick where he has to shoot the enemy, like his allies, and you have to stop that, very fun. And then you have 400 Roses, which I feel like 400 Roses is a victory lap, right? Like, I always chill out like, bam, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like, bam, 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 bam. For me, I'm like, I just lean back and I just clash. You know, and then the music kicks in and fucking phase 2 and starts screaming at you, and you're thinking, damn, holy shit. But you're like, damn, bro, okay, chill. Like, he's getting, you know, fun fight. Kind of playing King of Vines with it being a victory lap, yeah. Except for King and Vines, I was sweating my fucking ass off even after I beat the Pekatula. For 400 Roses, I mean, no, I was still sweating. Hinley going crazy, true. Difficulty. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. This is probably the easiest railway, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Because, as some people have said, it's very team dependent. I can show you guys my logs, alright? You ready for this, guys? Here is my log. Alright, you can laugh at me all you want. This was our first attempt. Okay? Our first attempt. We had a 94 turn count. Alright? Is this the first attempt? No, wait, which attempt? No. This is not the first attempt. This is the first attempt. Yeah, this is the first attempt we had. There we go. Doesn't exist with a Blood Fiend. These fucking, look at the, see that 42 turn count? Okay, to be fair, we did a challenge run, so right? So if I wasn't screwed by a challenge run, I would have definitely had a better turn count. But I will admit that even with, like, even though I was basically getting fucked up by the stupid challenge, I was still able to reach the pre-100 turn count. Also, they made it so that, what do you call it? The sections got easier as you went on, in comparison to other ones where the difficulty was always kind of the same. And here, you know, as you clear it, they make, you know, you have to try and balance being hard, but also being fun. RR4, I will probably say is the second hardest. And I'm going to say... Sorry. If I had to... Okay, hold on. I'm bringing up the sheet. If I had to say a difficulty list, okay? Let me get this. Here. Yeah. If I had to say hardest, I'll just say, oh, this is too thick. Hardest to easiest. All right, I'm gonna list it out. Yo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. I'm gonna say 3. Then I'm gonna say 4, 2, and then I'm gonna say 5. Now I've never played 1, so 1 is just over here. I did not play this, so it doesn't count. This is probably what I would consider to the easiest to hardest. No, hardest to easiest. 3, dude. My God, 3 was a fight, bro. Let me tell you that. 3 was a box. 4 is definitely a fucking close second, to be honest with you. 4 and 3 are interchangeable. 1 is just the weird zone, yeah. Like this. If you told me 4 was your hardest, or you said 3 was your hardest, I'd be fine with you. Like this is interchangeable. To be honest with you. I actually didn't think 2 was that bad. Because I was a new player, right? So I kind of just got backseated for it a little bit. But like generally, I had not the best IDs in the game, but I still managed to do well. And I also did like the turntable mechanic. I just fuck Steamwork Machine pretty much. Motherfucker's intankable. But I do think 1 is the easiest. 5 is the easiest. I don't know 1. 1 might be here or here. I'm not sure. But yes, I do think 5 is the easiest. I don't think that's a bad thing. Like this does not equal bad, right? Like E does not. How do you do does not equal this? Bad. Like easy does not equal bad. Hello, how you doing? I'm doing well, doing well. Would be getting removed? I don't think it's a big deal. I understand why they remove it. I'm not too crazy. Like, I don't really care if they remove it or not. Would it be nice to stay in the game? Yeah, I'm not really that tight about it. Let's go here. Why does this look like someone crazed researchers scrambling down their notes and losing it? We're going through an entire seasonal review. So, yes, I am a crazy researcher. 1900? Damn, that's a lot. But here's how I think. I think it's easy but fun. Oh, well, easier. Oh my God, don't know how to spell. Easier, clear, and fun. So I think it's fun. Buffs, Pog. Okay. It does require you to have multiple teams. So multiple teams. Easier. 799. Multiple. I didn't talk about the multiple teams thing. I actually thought that was. I thought that was actually good. I thought that meant like variety. But it could annoy people. Now you have the Bok Axe. So let's discuss the Bok Axe. Okay, because the Bok Axe are new to this season entirely. So, for everyone who is not aware or is a new player and perhaps didn't really understand what we're on about here, so the Bok Axe are the Innovalos after Kanto 5. So, bring some lore. Pre-Kanto 5 Innovalos were voice acted. Anything after Kanto 5 did not end up being voice acted. Miracle of District 20, when it was Bokjacked, provided a new mode called the Hard Mode, as you can see here, and all of the story is now voice acted, which is very good. It also came with 2 event IDs, or IDs in general. If ProjectMoon believe that they can add an ID, they will. If not, they will add egos. The Bokjack will only be a one-time thing that occurs for each Innovalo. So, currently, Miracle in District 20 is done. Yield My Flesh to Claim Their Bones is complete. The next Bokjack guys will be in Season 6, Time Killing Time. And then the last one will be Murder on the Warp Express. After that, Season 8, we will be getting Regular Checkup and Nocturnal Sweeping. How did I feel about the Bokjack? So, Miracle in District 20 Bokjack. Let me get my thoughts on here. The Bokjacks are not something that is supposed to be an entire rework of the event. Okay? So, What do I expect from the Bokjak? I expect the enemies to be harder. I expect maybe a few new gimmicks, but I don't really expect much. I'm only here for the voice acting. The gnomes were stronger. They were higher level. And Santata has a new gimmick. So they have, ProjectMoon have prioritized the Bokjak's gimmicks being the boss is different and the enemies are a little bit harder. Okay, that's fair. I don't want much more than that because this is supposed to be a filler event to fill in I mean Time Killing Time has VAs. There's no VA in Time Killing Time. No Innovalos have time. None of the Innovalos have time. Time Killing Time doesn't have VAs. You and My Flesh is the last one to have VAs. Also, all the little mini episodes have VAs, by the way. They never really mentioned that. You get quad digits. Oh, hold on. That's 1.2 thousand. That's my. I think I'm going to be ending it off at maybe 1,300, depending on how it goes. But yeah, as I was saying, so Gnome Bokjak I think was a good starter. How? Would get warp? Yeah, that's probably gonna. I do agree with you that they will probably get warp. I just play the game a lot, so you just end up having it. Always do your dailies, play a few dungeons a day. You're happy. Yeah, I do agree that. Oh, not your dungeon. Fucking story. Manager Esquire, the best voice line in all of them is true. I do agree that I think Time Killing Time will get egos. So this provided us with two egos. All right, big W. And we got the Fault Gnomes and the voice acting was peak. Yield My Flesh, however. Okay. I will say was definitely they're going harder into the enemies being stronger and equally June and also the dungeon. So this one had a dungeon. We actually got the hard mode version of the dungeon, which is hard, to be honest with you. And June will kick your ass. Don't fucking mistake it. We also got two identities with this one, obviously being Kurokomo Ishmael and Itglifu. I wonder if they wrote to ID's egos. I think so. It wouldn't make sense. Guys, predictions for the Time Killing Time. Obviously, this is going to be more, clock egos probably. Warp Train, we might get Cassetti. LCE, we might get more. Limbus, we might get more. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get maybe a new LCE ego and Nocturnal Sweeping. Who knows? What stuff was added to the Warp Innovalo? Great question. There is nothing for the Warp Innovalo yet. This came out with 2 Warp IDs and a new ego. If I had to guess, I think probably more W Corp egos, I feel like, would be for Warp Express. Probably, maybe another W Corp unit. Hohenheim ID would be crazy. Also, probably expect Cassetti with Unbreakable Coins. Excuse me. Expect Cassetti with the Unbreakable Coins, by the way, because he does not have Unbreakable Coins in his base kit. He's 100% getting Unbreakable Coins in his base kit. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, it could be getting an Arda, Star Blossom, or Fey Lantern ego. And we're 100% getting the Prince of the Parade is getting buffed. So, that explains that. And that's really it about the Bokjaks. Bokjaks are still a new thing, so we're still experimenting with them. But I'm not going to lie to you, I really do enjoy the Bokjaks. I do think it's mainly just, it's mainly a story experience. You're not in it for the combat, but I do like, bosses being harder is fun. Enemy reworks are not really needed. I should say, like, wave enemies. Battle Pass, dude. Battle Pass. Next is the Battle Pass. Now, we've just spoken about the Battle Pass already. In terms of its egos. Now, the rewards in the Battle Pass are all the same, except for the next season, by the way. So, next season, we are getting more stuff, which I will actually write out on here. So, we'll be getting new stuff, Season 6. We'll be getting more awards. And more EXP. More pulls. Uptime modules, yep. 4 modules. But less. But 2 ego. Which I'm not gonna lie to you guys. More XP, more pulls, up to 4 modules, but 2 minus ego, 100% worth it. So that's very fast on the battle pass. Definitely worth Unitai. I think it's a fair trade. I agree. Now, we're probably going on to my favorite addition added to Limbus Company, achievements, guys. See this big fat 100? Y'all see this fucking sticker that's on my front that I proudly flex, this little sticker right here? Okay, because this little sticker means that I am a gamer, okay? Where's Popogashna? Soon. It'll be end of Season 8. See this proud sticker here that says M for Manager? Yeah, that comes from the achievements, baby. Probably my favorite addition added to the game. I love these achievements. These were way more than what I expected. They were more than I expected, and I'm glad that they have such variety to them, and I truly hope that ProjectMoon just continues to add more and more achievements. And pretty much, like, just do it. You know, just do it. Make your dreams come true, you know? Well, they're not. Only one of them is like that. See, there's different categories, guys. You have collect ego gifts. Collect certain... This is the collect ego gifts and compendium one. This is the clear one. Then you have the loadout one. This is the one that requires specific IDs, which I think is cool. Remember, this lasts... Excuse me. This will last the entirety of the Mirror Dungeon 5. Okay? This will be for the rest. All of this will go into Kanto 6, guys, okay? Don't you worry. You still have months. You have many, many months before Mirror Dungeon 6 comes out. The shop one is from purchasing from the shop. Combat one is from doing fights. I really like the combat one because it's like deal X amount of damage. Raise a poise potency to 80. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Probably 3 more months. And then the truest achievement of them all, complete all the achievements. So you have plenty of time, guys. Now let me tell you about the rewards, alright? So the rewards you get are highly, highly worth it. You get Fred, you get XP, you get pulls. Oh, I love pulls. You get unique little banner buffs. So you get the Oblivion, what I'm using right now. You get more 3 tickets. You get the Mirror of Dreaming. I think, am I using that right now? I think I am. Yeah, I'm using the Mirror of... Is this the Mirror of Dreaming one? I'm pretty sure this is the Mirror of Dreaming one. Yeah, I'm using the Mirror of Dreaming. Because I'm goated, and I deserve this, because I got 100%, and I'm epic. Yeah, I'm just glazing a little bit, guys. Don't mind me. There you go, that's better. So I got the funny effects. Free seasonal pool is goated as hell. Like, more rewards for fun is just worth it. And also, guys, you can use lunacy. So if you do have a few loadouts here, for instance, you can't complete this. Just you could put a little bit of lunacy in here and just, you know, you could just put a little bit of lunacy and just skip all the achievements. So haven't been 410. You got this. 302 displayed on my MD run banner. Damn. Pay for anime. Exactly, guys. Pay for the anime and you get rewards. Rewards are highly worth it. I love achievements. I hope they keep... I wonder what they'll add next. Someone already did the loadout achievement. That's what I'm curious about. I do think that the achievements will be unique. I really do hope that when they add more achievements, it's all just different from the last. Like, I hope next time it'll be like... I don't know. It might be like, use the Bloodfiend trio. Like, it'll probably be like La Marche quad, right? Or La Marche trio. It might say like... Because there's characters, there's IDs in here, guys, that they didn't use. They didn't mention she. They didn't mention anything about, you know, Deviat Association. They didn't mention high shoes. Yep, you could do high shoe. You could do, I think TLA is in here, right? They didn't do Rose Banner. There's no Rose Banner crew in here. Bloodwing 1 is already in? Alright, yeah, Bloodwing 1 is already in. Right. Shihi? What's Shihi? There's a lot of ones they could do. So Zwi's already in. Quadrio's already in. Was there Arcorp? I think Arcorp was one, right? I don't remember. If you go PM, she enjoys. No, guys, they're just waiting for the right moment. Was rabbits a thing? I don't remember. Arcorp isn't? Okay, well, there you go. Arcorp could be one. So there are teams that they are missing that they haven't done. G Corp, you could do G Corp. You could do fucking dude, what if there was a Fire Fist solo, guys? What if it was solo the fight solo a floor with Fire Fist Gregor, bro? That would be heat, dude. The fraud hat. Fuck you. How about that? Eurodivi could be one. Kurokomo. I think Kurokomo's already exists. 12, yeah, it could be do a base ID run. So there is a lot. When is Mirror Dungeon 6? I want to get it guaranteed. Mirror Dungeon 6 will be after Kanto 8. A few months after Kanto 8. Estimated around 3 months, maybe. Do we get a Fire Fist Scream? Bruh! There you go. How about a solo Fire Fist for any Muncher lands? Yeah, exactly. Kurokomo is not one? What? What do you mean Kurokomo is not a pack? Are you serious? Yes, they are. Where are they? Not this one. Where is that? Here. Few months? I think so. Load out. I knew that. Anyway, let's read here. Liu, 7, Blade Lineage, W Corp, N Corp, Withering, Dishi, Aquad, Lamacha Land, Kurokomo. See? Kurokomo is here. Can I give your best Garden of Goat impression? Oh god. How do I don't know how he... How do I, like... I can't even be, like, 1% of, like, Grogo. Corrosion one? Yeah, that could be one, like Corrosion 10 times or something. You know, like... We got your present. Take this instead. And then I hit you. I hit the ground. Rah. So, let's bring up the painting here. Achievements? Love achievements. Love them. More achievements equals happy mouse. Can't say I got you a gift. Take this instead. I say like more variety. Oh Jesus, more variety equals pog. Superposition. I talked about superposition. Infinite mode is not infinite, but I actually think that is better. Not being infinite is better. So, I like that it's optional. It's purely optional. Besides for achievements. Besides to help achievements. As in a competitive mirror dungeon, that would be crazy. Hands off. Don't try to untangle these brambles. Now, 2 stars. Okay, let's get to the 2-star discussion. So this is going to be a little bit interesting, okay? Because Season 5 was the first season where they released the lowest amount of 2 stars. Now, how many 2 stars were released this season, chat? I'll put my hand on your shoulder. It was about 3 seasonal, okay? We're only going to count seasonal IDs, okay? We have Zai Sinclair. What mode to what add to the game that isn't here? Okay, before I finish my statement, let me think of that. The easiest thing I can think of is a boss rush, and a boss rush where you would go through each boss starting from Kanto 1, so and then kind of like increment, and then maybe you. Okay, do you guys remember y'all know like Kirby Dream Land? Three in a season, not a single season, 0 2-star. So in Kirby games, and like Kirby Dream Land, they have like boss modes, right? And then the boss gauntlet, and then every time you beat a boss, you always get like an option to pick like a new power-up. Is it the arena? Yeah, True Arena, whatever it's called. And what I want in this game, I want it so that, chat, you start off with no sinners, or maybe you start off with only one sinner, and you can pick a sinner. So for instance, I would love it if you start off, you only get 2 sinners or 3 sinners, right? So you can pick like Faust, you can pick Merc, you can pick Rodon, and it locks you out of your like IDs and stuff. So you only get a few of them, and then you got to use them to win the fight. And then every time you win a fight, kind of like every time you win a fight, you get like a new sinner, maybe. Oh, like every 10 fights you get a sinner. Well, not so though. And then you get like, you know, IDs and stuff. That'd be cool. Now, as I was saying, sorry, because my thought was distracted. So we have Zai Sinclair. We have Lantern Sang. And we have Fang Han Hunglu. So those are the 3 2-stars. Now, out of the 3 2-stars, okay, 2 of them are unique, and one of them is a 2 of them are gimmick 2-stars, and then the third one is a weaker 3-star. So I think in terms of variety, I think ProjectMoon has a big W. They promised rotation IDs. They discussed rotation IDs. They didn't promise it, because Kim Ji-hoon said they were thinking about doing it. But he said afterwards that they didn't have time to implement it, so they're not going to be implementing it. But it is on their mind. Yeah. So, in terms of 2-stars, I think more gimmicky. What's a rotation ID? So basically, so you know how like they said maybe next season, maybe. So okay, pretty much say that like every week there would be 10 IDs that are added to a it's like you know, like League of Legends free champions. Every week there's like 7 champions that you can use for free in League of Legends. It would be that, but Sinner IDs. So you'd get a free level 50 Uptype 4, pretty much like thing. Yeah, free 50 Uptype 4. I don't know, fucking Remnant Faust. It doesn't require all IDs, because half of the IDs in the game aren't in the achievements. It's only like 10 or 12 teams. That you actually need. In fact, let's actually count. I'm actually curious how many IDs you actually need for the achievement. I'm curious, because I have everything in the game, so I'm genuinely curious, because I do think people overblow this a little bit. I think the hardest thing about the achievements, guys, is not the fact that you have to have every ID. It's that some of the IDs require the previous season. That's the hardest part, because you have to wait, right? Or you have to pull. That part I can agree with you with. But let me actually count how many you need here. So you need 6 Withering Heights. Like, this is probably the hardest one. Is the 6 Withering Heights one, right? Because if you didn't play last season, you didn't get them. So 6, you need 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, you need 25 IDs in the game, guys. Okay? You need 25 IDs to be able to do this. Now remember, guys, you don't have to use them in your team. That's the important part. Okay? You don't have to use them, you just have to have them in your team. You could grab all 6... I forgot BL. How did I forget BL? Oh, I did. So that's 31. Okay, so 31. You don't need to use them, you just need to have them. So if you don't account upgrading costs, you just either shard. 90% of these you can shard, or 85% you can shard. Now, for the ones that you can't shard, I do it. That's fair. Withering Heights, you can't shard. There's still 400 a shard. Yeah, but if you've been playing long enough to get to the achievement stage, you're gonna have a lot of pulls. Like, this is something that you do, guys. Remember, the achievements are not something that you do in like a week. This is something you do when you play the game permanently. The rest of your game is going to be you are not expected to clear. The reason that I could clear it, it still took me When did achievements come out, guys? I've been grinding every day, and it still took me months to even complete it, and that's only because I play every day. That's literally the only reason. If you were casual, this would be just something as a side gimmick. It's just something fun for you to do. And also, spend lunacy, guys. Actually, spend lunacy. I'm actually manipulating all of you right now. Okay, spend lunacy right now, actually, because I did clear the whole shop. I did clear the whole shop. I mean, I'm just the goat. I did clear this one in the entire run. This one is goated. I will admit, I am kind of the goat. I cleared it all. The loadout one is the hardest one, and I do agree that it is the hardest one for people to do. I think the loadout one took me the longest as well, but I have all the IDs, so I'm goated. What was I saying? Anyway. Fund the building. 2 stars. I want more gimmicky IDs. I want less, worse, 3-star, 2 stars. More lantern Yisang. SFX and animation, guys. I'm just gonna say it right now. Probably the best it's ever been in terms of animations and SFXs. Like things like obviously you have Manager Don, who's just gorgeous. Like pretty much all the Blood Fiends. You have like 400 Roses. Who else has got? You have Dad, Kano 7. Like it's just gonna keep. Oh, base IDs also as well got updated. The base IDs are getting updated, which might be like more base ID stuff. Dad, yeah, I'm just gonna add Dad. Balance. All right. Here's the hard one, guys. Balance. Is that Lamacha then, Dad? Yes. Strong, fun. I think we can all agree with that. Strong is fun. Okay? Don't worry. Unbreakable coins go in mechanics. Unbreakable coins will go into the mechanics front. Okay? Strong equals fun. I think we all agree with that. The thing is, right, aura is greater than strength. Okay? Power creep is inevitable. You cannot avoid it. It will happen. So might as well have fun. Because literally, that's at the end of the day, it is a single player game. If it's too easy, it's boring. Well, the minute it starts becoming difficult, people start to complain that it's difficult. Guys, I'm telling y'all, 90% of Limbus players would not survive Library of Ruiner, bro. I don't know how to tell you this. No Babel today? No, we're already finished with Babel for now. Sisyphus Prime. Okay, good luck. I'm telling y'all, right? 90% of Limbus players would not survive Library of Ruiner, bro. Oh my god. Base Library of Ruiner? I'm talking base Library of Ruiner. Oh my god. I was fighting, it's like fighting an uphill battle, but someone came with a bat and broke my fucking leg, right? They broke my leg, they broke my arm, they broke my back. I crawled with one arm. I'm crawling up the hill, and then as I reach the top, I fall, and they make me fall and I run again. Will that include me? No, I beat Ruiner twice now. I'm goated as fuck. In Ruiner, you have to actually read. I think you have to read in Limbus, too. Win rate in LOR won't save you. Dude, never win rate in LOR, bro. If you win rate in LOR, you're actually throwing. It literally purposely uses all of... I think Kim Jae-hoon purposely coded it. So, I'm going through the... It's fun. But I will say, keep... Okay. Guys, I'm going to say a controversial opinion, okay? Okay, guys, I need you to listen to me, alright? Okay, here we go. Alright, don't hate me, okay? Limbus Company should have stopped holding your hand past Kanto 5. Okay? Limbus Company past Kanto 5, and I'm talking Kanto 5 itself, is the perfect stop. Okay? Kanto 5 was probably the highest vertical gap you would get into the new modern era of Limbus. And I think after Kanto 5, I'm very proud with what ProjectMoon have been doing, and they have not been nerfing hard the Kantos. Okay? Now, they have nerfed the Kantos a little bit. Kanto 6 got a little bit of nerfs. Okay? And Kanto 7 got a little bit of adjustments. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would prefer if they just fucking kept it. Alright, I should be going into that. I'm actually sad I didn't get to fight the pre-nerf mount enemies. I'm sad about that. Guys, I wanted to fight those pre-nerf mounts so badly. I don't care if they were bullshit. I wanted to experience it. Because I wanted to see if they were actually bullshit, or if people were just not enjoying going up against something hard because it was new and they didn't understand it and they didn't have the IDs for it, or they didn't want to strategize for it, right? I wanted to. So I personally, be more confident in your players. This will, however, make you will lose Lunashi though. So they probably won't. Kanto 5 for me was my first like time sitting there as a new player. Yeah, Sweeper and Avalo. Well, only the Mals got nerfed, right? I don't think Sweepers got nerfed. Fake Tools kind of bullshit, not gonna lie. See, that's the thing, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. The P.E.K.K.A. Toola fight, you had to see, like, guys, I'm gonna glaze myself, okay? You can't see a resistance in battle. The thing is with the P.E.K.K.A. Toola fight, okay? Strategizing with it was so fun. I had so much. Hold on, I'm gonna pull the thing up. Like, we're gonna go here. You had to use it to beat it, and that was fun. I was like, I came up with that. Like, in my head, I came up with that. I didn't get told to do that, right? Where is the... This fucker, bro. This fucking dickhead right here, bro. Just make a hardware with enough to strong simples? Yes. But that's not the point. Alright? The point is that if you've made it to Kanto 7, guys, this is halfway through the main story point of the game. Okay? You should know generally how to play the game. Okay? Especially if you've made it to Kanto 7. If you've made it to Kanto 7 right now, right? You should generally, even if you don't have all the IDs, I'm not saying you have to have all the IDs. Okay? I'm saying you should have a basic understanding of how the game works. You should understand how systems work. You should understand how passives work. You should understand how support passives work. You should understand how team building works. You might not be the best at it. I'm not saying you have to be Goku. Okay? I'm not saying you have to be Goku. But I'm saying if you got to this point, you should be able to sit down and be like, all right. You should have a team built. Now, you might not have the best team. Okay? But you should be able to sit there and go, all right, how do I work my clashes? How do I work my defensive skills? How do I offset? How do I... These are things you naturally learn. I naturally learned them myself, right? I didn't look at guides, guys. You know, like Ezgu's guides and stuff? I didn't watch any of Ezgu's guides. Ezgu's guides. I never watched guides. I don't like watching guides. Okay? Because I want to learn my... If I get taught by something else, I don't learn it personally. I have to sit there and I have to get my head beaten through a wall, right? Before I sit there and learn it. Or just don't roll 5. Yeah, simply just be skilled. And yes, and now guys, I'm very happy to say that Limbus have updated the tutorial. Okay? They have actually updated the in-game tutorial, and I'm gonna tell you guys, the in-game tutorial is hella pretty good, man. It lasts for 3 cantos, guys. It lasts from canto 1, 2, and 3. From these 3, they're all tutorials now. It's amazing. Now, you know, it helped me that I played Library of Ruina first. Okay? I played Library of Ruina first, guys, so because of that, I had a basic understanding of how ProjectMoon like the game system went, right? You can't beat it with 500. True. I think it should be hard where you need a little bit of RNG. Look, I know it's controversial, guys, but yeah, it is RNG a little bit of RNG at the better day. I do think skill beats RNG. I genuinely do believe skill beats RNG. Alright? You should be able to have lost one good team. Just one good team. You should be able to have one good team. It's possible. I know it's possible and free because I did it myself. I had a very solid team of random fucking IDs that I put together when I was starting out. I'm gonna try. Let me see if I can recreate my IDs, guys. Let me see if I can recreate. I'm gonna try and recreate my season 5 team. So this was the team I used up to like post season 5, right? Here we go. Hold on. I'm trying to think what I had here. What did I have for Rodon? Wasn't the point of the Mount F that the focus as a focus counter but accidentally releases on? I don't know. I don't know anything about it, unfortunately. Yeah, here we go. What was my team? Okay, I'm starting to remember my team, dude. Yo, hold on. No, my team was cooking, dude. My team was gas, bro. Did I have R-Corp? No, I didn't have R-Corp. I had a... I didn't have N-Corp either. What assault did I have? I think... 4 3 stars, correct. What? I had Chef, I think. What is he cooking? I'm trying to remember my team, guys. It's been a while. I don't really remember. I think I had Lantern. And for Faust, I had Rip. Now, I think you were middle. And I think Rodon might have been you at the time. Alright, here's my team, guys. This team carried me through KNO 5, bro. This is the team of all time, bro. Okay? Now just imagine all of their levels were scaled down. Okay? This is the goated ass team, let me tell you. I could, if you gave me this team, I could beat any fight in the game. 100%. Zai Sinclair-ish, District Hunglu, Wild Hunt people. I could beat any team in the game with this. A little bit of everything, our team. For real. I could put... This is the ultimate team. I could put everything in this. There were 2 stars, yeah. But I sharded some of these IDs. 2 stars, I think I had, I had, like, Blade Lineage. Oh, I had, like, Sync Soul as well, I think. It was either Sync Soul or End Soul. I did have them. Beat Ricardo with it? You want me to beat Ricardo with this team right now? 400 Sloth Stage Pegatula. So the bird best Rupture unit. Nah, I hate Enclair. True. I mean, I have Enclair. I literally one-shot Ricardo. Yes, right now. Think I'm not getting ego checked? I'll do it right now. I mean, to be fair, this is cheap. This is kind of easy because I'm like level 50, dude. All right. Sure. Oh. Never mind. No one can fall in. Can't ego check. Saved by the Enkid-Fallen. Anyway, content updates. Let's be blunt. What IDs have anti-heals? So Fanghunt Hunglu has anti-heal. Chef Ryoshu has anti-heal. Lunashi. Jeff Greger has NTI, I think. I remember. The hell's Enconfallen? Multi-crack Keith, yeah, true. Alright. Content updates. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Season 5 had the best amount of consistent updates. Every 2 weeks. Except the last month before Kanto 7. Which is fair. Okay? I think we can all agree with that. Dude, Season 5 had the best amount of constant updates every 2 weeks, except for the last month, which is Kanto 8. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean, every new fucking fortnight, dude, we had some new fucking shit coming out. We had a fucking new Mirror Dungeon update. We had achievements. We had Superposition mode. We had an event. We had guys, we had a Bokjak event and fucking Mirror Dungeon update in a fucking row. Dude. Like, seriously, bro. We had Bokjak chat. Guys, we had Bokjak. Okay. Bokjak. We had a new event. Alright. Then we had achievements. Then we had the anniversary during it. And then we had another fucking event right after. Dude. Like, holy shit, man. Yeah, then we had fucking Walpurgis. Dude. Let me tell you guys, the November to February, November to February like content was so glazed. We had April Fools. We literally even had April Fools. We had all of this going on with not a single bit of inconsistency. Mechanics. Unbreakable coins are good and healthy for the game. That's controversial opinion. The next mechanic is what other mechanics did they introduce? Blood Feast is cool and epic stage mechanic. More stage mechanics, please. And they make my Heathcliff get hurt. Now, coin break effects. Yep, true. Coin break effects. Coin break effects. And new. Then we also had new tags. Like, unopposed. I'll just say one-sided. Oh yeah, we had fucking 12 scenarios. So, let me explain, guys, let me explain to you my thought process. Unbreakable coins are good and healthy for the game. Okay. So, I'm gonna explain my thought process, okay? So, I'll talk, okay, guys, the April Fool's update, I'll talk about that in the events category, okay? See how there's an events category here? That's an event. I'll talk about that in the event. Because that's included. So, let me tell you this, guys. Unbreakable coins, okay, are meant, it's the best of both worlds, okay? Kim Ji-hoon wants you to take damage. You want to win the clash. So what happens when they implement a mechanic where you win the clash and then you take damage? Well, you both win. Because now, Kim Jae-hoon is happy that your character is being punished a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. Now, guys, why was Kanto 7 Unbreakable Coins a problem? It wasn't a problem. But why did people have a problem with it? Let me tell you why they had a problem with it. Because Unbreakable Coins and Bleed equals Stagger. Now, here's the thing. In the recent Kanto in the recent Mirror Dungeon, not Mirror Dungeon, in the Railway, okay, they implemented a mechanic for unbreakable coins. Did you guys notice that they added a new tag to unbreakable coins in the railway? In the railway, unbreakable coins cannot stagger you. And all of a sudden, the problem of the unbreakable coins went away. Because you were no longer being staggered. The problem isn't the unbreakable coins. If they're broken, correct. You have to beat the clash, else you get punished. Now, if you win the clash, you are no longer punished by being staggered. If you win the clash, you actually prevent the stagger from happening. That is how that unbreakable coins should have probably been from the beginning. However, guys, you gotta understand that this was a new thing at the time. So, were they annoying to deal with? Yes. Did it require a lot of bleed issues? Yes. Are they fun? I love them. I personally enjoy them from the day they came out. But you still take damage, so you stay on edge. Correct. It also gives self-kill IDs a use. Correct. You can have tank IDs. Guys, but also, you gotta remember, unbreakable coins also give access to alternate ID types. Tanks, dodges, aggro. Aggro becomes so much more useful now when you have unbreakable coins, because guess what? Instead of having to deal with 10 people taking 10 separate hits, you can have the tank ID or the dodge ID. If you're a case Sync Otis, you can have P. Greor, all of these people hitting the tank, and all of a sudden it just turns into a normal coin now. Now you can do archetypes. Now you can have one person clash, follow with an opposed attack. You can offset something, and maybe you can offset follow up. It brings much more variety. All it is just them working around it. He was a minus coin ID in this, guys. Agreed. Harpooner, yeah, dude. Harpooner, any ID that wants you to take damage, like Harpooner Heathcliff, rolling, dude, he's rolling in his grave. He's like, hell fucking yeah, dude, I love this shit. Sync Otis is really good. Sync Otis is really goated for this, by the way, because she's a aggro dodge tank. So unbreakable coins for her, it doesn't fucking matter. She's just gonna dodge. And because of that, she's great for being a tank. It's one of the things I want more of. Ooh, you know what? I agree. New EX conditions are actually good as fuck. I'll just reboot. I do actually fully agree with you there. More, I should say, unique EX conditions. Because I do like the EX conditions. I think they're actually really fun. Events, we had April Fools, goated. Probably one of the funniest April Fools, considering we only have 2 of them. But absolutely goated. We had obviously 2 Buckjacks, 2 Inavalos, 1 Walpurgis, and that was the full stop one. So Church of Gears. Church of Gears. We also had the 2nd anniversary. We also had the ProjectMoon birthday. I guess 2nd anniversary is Limbus. No, because then we also had the Limbus birthday. I remember Dante's notes. 2 Dante's notes. We love that. The Nantes. Do you tune boss fight is 1, 2, or 3? I think 2. Well, it's 1 from doing an Elcop instead of switching every time. I could see that, but they're trying to do different. They're doing 2 different storylines. Because one storyline is following Lobcorp, and the other one is following Library, so it'd be very hard. Inavalas are annoying. Well, the Inavalas are story related, so I mean, I don't know. I'm not absolutely. I'm fiending every time we get a new Navala. I'm loving it. Speaking of, Kanto 7. Og. I really like the Don Quixote's Kanto. Some people say it's different from the book. Yeah, it's a fucking video game. I don't know where this idea of that people were like, Oh, it's not like the book at all, dude. This is where did vampires come from, bro? They're fucking cool. Blood fiends. As much as I shit on blood fiends, guys, blood fiends are cool as fuck. Okay, I have to admit, dude, blood fiends are sick as fuck. I like the Dad Quixote lore. I like the siblings. One wasn't a vampire. Yeah, what the hell? Has him die alone in the med. Yeah, like. It really looks like she was a blood feed. You literally fight the windmill. Yeah, there's the windmill. Sancho is a man. Sancho is not a man. No, I'm kidding. Or race from fucking existence. Well, see, that's the difference between the book nerds and the video game nerds. Because these are not faithful adaptations. These are inspired from the source, right? So, I'm not gonna lie to you. Game beats book 90% of the time. Okay? I'm sorry, but that's just how the way it is. And that's probably how it is to keep it is. Grinding. Okay, so we have buffed Thread and EXP. We had buffed Thread and EXP this season as well, which is very good. So we had, that was really nice. And then they're going to, it keeps being buffed into next season. We also get more EXP on paid packages. Thank you, Kim Ji-hoon. I honestly think, guys, this was the least grinding season in Limbus company. I actually truly believe that. The amount of free shit, guys. Do you know how many free 3 pools and fucking seasonal tickets we got? We got like 4 seasonal pool tickets and like 10 fucking free season 3 tickets. This is the least grinded season. I feel like I didn't have to fucking grind at all. I'm grinding because of like of the fact that I have to provide content for you guys. But if I was a fucking solo player, bro, what about the Sid is treating Heathcliff badly? Oh yeah, there's also the fucking the return event, which is OP, by the way. They're treating Heathcliff badly because Kim Ji-hoon is a paid actor. And then ProjectMoon, more money. Money equal anime. I do think that ProjectMoon are way more more transparent, more blunt, less transparent, or parent, I should say. Or fuck it, it's more blunt. More blunt with with sharing information and discussions. Yeah, Kim Ji-hoon is the ruler / overlord. Concern for NSS is a rupture season. The bosses will kind of have rupture unbreakable coins. That's like a potential, but I feel like they do understand more employee lore. And please eat cheese katsu. I do feel like they have like ProjectMoon. I feel like people give ProjectMoon a bit too much. No, not enough credit for like them being actually smart on how they do stuff. They know that unbreakable coin rupture is going to be a problem, so they're probably not going to make the rupture. If they do unbreakable coin rupture, it's probably just going to be 1 potency or some bullshit, or like 2 potency. It's probably not going to be that much, but or they might try and do count. Please correct your statement. Anyway, if I had to rate this season, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, genuinely glazing, like no glaze at all, I think I'd genuinely give this like a... Was there anything in this season that I literally didn't like? No, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm gonna glaze this season, dude. This is a 10 out of 10 season. I think this is the best season in this company history. I'll fix that, fix the slash though. I think this is a 10 out of 10 season. I think I glazed the fuck out of it. And then I'm gonna put a let me put a screenshot of Don Quixote's face here. Hold on. Actually, you know what's better than a screenshot? The actual Don Quixote. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna do a screenshot. Okay. There you go. Yap, over. 10 out of 10 Don Quixote season. Oh. Nari! Yo, Jay, thank you for the 5 gifted, bro. Appreciate it. Nari-chan, Nari! And also, we got Happy Faust, guys. Wait, I gotta mention that. That's actually the most important thing. Hold on. +5 for Happy Faust. Make this blue. Nari! Alright, Happy Faust turns this into a 16 out of 10,000 ranked game. There you go. So actually, it's 15 out of. It's actually 15 out of 10. So there you go. Make it yellow. Can I just hold on? Let me just do it here. Thank you for the support, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you for the love. There you go. +10 for Happy Faust. +5 for Happy Faust. +6. Hold on. Also, let me get the. Hold on, let me get Happy Faust directly. Where is she? I know she's here. Very flat in this image. There you go. Okay. All right. There you go, guys. That is the Season 5 overview. That is, do you think the new Haishu items will have you had to gotten the Mao branch IDs to make them work? I won't be able to get Mario Shu. I think they'd work separately. I think they'll work together because they're rupture, but I think the death rights work separately. Fight Ricardo. Sorry, buddy. I don't have enough ink and filing. Looks like I'm gonna have to end stream. Sorry, buddy. Looks like I have to do it next time. But guys, that is gonna be it for tonight. I have nothing else to discuss. We went over the Season 5 overview, and at the end of the day, hold on, let me close these. At the end of the day, the most important thing to know is we need. Make sure you guys buy the $600 worth of the Lunacy package as well. Make sure you guys spend at least $40 per month on Limbus Company so that you can too fund the anime. I'm missing one module. It's too late, guys. Look, by the time this hits 2 minutes, it's gonna be too late, guys. Yeah. Well, you know. Exactly. You know, it is the way it is, guys. It's destiny, you know. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for joining. Hope you guys enjoyed me yapping for 3 hours straight, by the way. So, I got the options to work with Creamer. Hell yeah. Good night, everyone. Thank you for playing and joining, and I will see you all tomorrow for the last day. Tomorrow is the last day, guys, of Season 5, and we will be doing one final run. So, I'll see you all tomorrow. Live every day at 10 PM AEST. Alright, that's gonna be it. See you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.